Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 26 of the Top Rope Renegades YouTube This Week in Wrestling podcast. My name is Kurt, shortly to be joined by RK. He will join here in just a second. It is my honor and my privilege to say thank you to all of you that have subscribed and watched the show so far. We are halfway through, and I will bring in RK now. I'm sure he shares the same sentiments. We are halfway. This has been a half year anniversary. RK, welcome in. Episode 26.
I sure hope it's not halfway, because I figure we got at least another 200, 300, 400 episodes left in us.
Oh, you didn't know when we hit a year, we're done? That's it? We're just like every other podcast in the world.
Expiration date on our relationship, Kurt?
Yeah, I guess so. No, I'm kidding. This is halfway to a year from when we started this. And personal news, I just did my last producer role of a racetrack for the season. The off season has arrived for me. So, hey, I get to pay some more attention to this podcast and the show alongside RK. And we're going to have some fun in the off season, my quote unquote off season, from the racetracks until the people from Florida call me and they go, hey, can you come produce some stuff? And it's going to be hard to say no. As you can see, we're still
Florida.
Yeah, last year, once it hit, I think it was into January, I went to Florida and did a couple races.
That's right.
I
don't think that's getting you out of this.
We weren't recording the podcast yet, were we?
No.
We weren't able to watch together though. We didn't watch any shows together because I remember getting home or back to the hotel at like 12:30. Going across the street to a Waffle House.
I think that was more your fault, because you could have just said, wait until you get back to the hotel and we'll watch it then.
Yeah, but I definitely remember it being AEW.
Was it AEW?
I definitely remember. Oh, it was.
SmackDown.
No, I definitely remember watching AEW on my laptop in a Holiday Inn Express in the suite. The lady gave me a suite because I booked the phone on the app, and she's like, well, we give you what room's available, and I'll just give you the suite. I was like, thank you. I went to Waffle House, got the best food of my life, had to wait 30 minutes for it, worth it, and sat in the hotel room in my underwear and watched Dynamite. Good times, man. Good times.
Wow. I mean, whatever floats your boat, man.
What are you talking about? You don't live that way, do you? You don't like hotels? Not a hotel guy?
No, I am. I worked in oil fields. I would lived in hotels and camps. Speaking of which, I might end up going back there one day, so I'll be on the road too. We'll still be doing the show. We ain't going to stop doing the show.
Hell yeah. One more thing to add. I have a question.
Oh, we might, have spurts of not watching AEW, as you can currently see with the error 404 code on Dynamite. It just wouldn't load this week for some reason. So
I tried. YouTube TV didn't have it.
Nothing.
Sportsnet did not have it on RK's end. So no. I don't know what happened, man. But I will say one more thing to add to the hotel. I have to ask this question because I ask everybody that has stayed in hotels. The first thing you do when you walk into a hotel, do you turn the AC all the way down?
No, I turn off all the lights, take my phone out, and look for infrared cameras. And then once I find them, I make sure to point them directly where I'm going to be, just so they can have a show.
Okay.
The people that watch you in hotel rooms.
Then you turn the AC down all the way?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Hotels are hot as fuck, man.
For some reason, they're muggy. This one in Florida was muggy. So I turned the AC all the way down, went across the street to Waffle House, came back, and it was like the greatest. It was so awesome.
But that's how you find out which cameras are in your room.
Yeah. That you can angle
your phone will pick up the infrared record on it. Mm-hmm. And then you can just make sure that you get like the perfect shot for them and just, give them all the glory, because that's what they're there for. Fucking perverts.
A couple show notes next week, tentatively. Card subject to change here on Top Rope Renegades. Friend of mine, Kyle Wells, former, I guess I could call him a mentor. He was the producer that kind of showed me the ropes when I started out in radio. He is a big wrestling fan. He has his own podcast, Wells Mania. Go check it out. I've been on there a couple times in the past and done some shows talking about the Royal Rumbles, big shows with him. He's a massive John Cena fan. He is a He had a PBR with Cena once.
I just got an amazing idea for next week. But anyways, I'll let you know after.
So shout out to Kyle. He, as of right now, will be scheduled to join the Top Rope Renegades next week to talk a lot about John Cena. That is his favorite wrestler of all time. I did want to give him a shout out. He posted on his Wells Mania Facebook to put Tatanka in the WWE Hall of Fame. RK, what do you think of that? You a Tatanka guy?
I'd like to see Brian Pillman go into the Hall of Fame before Tatanka.
Yeah, Kyle's a big Tatanka fan, but yeah, I agree with both of you actually. To be fair, and we'll get into a Hall of Fame conversation with Kyle about if Cena should just go in this year or not.
Basically, I'm thinking, for next week, you do your little bit of research now that you have some more free time. I obviously already started doing some work for it, as I showed you earlier today, but we're gonna be very John Cena orientated probably for the first hour of the show.
Yep.
So if you don't like John Cena, just go right to that 1 hour mark and then watch the show. But if you love John Cena, we're gonna be touching on everything John Cena. So
me, RK, and Kyle are just gonna go through a lot of John Cena talk to kick off the show. Kyle will leave, and we'll get into our normal news and recaps of the week, and probably preview of Halloween Havoc next week as well. So review.
It will be a review. That's right. Sundays. That's why we set it up.
Yeah, Halloween Havoc.
Drop a prediction video on Friday.
Yeah, we have time. I have time. I have free time. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's going to be the first weekend where I don't have to go to a racetrack in a very long time, and I'm looking forward to it. So with that being said, that's the show notes and upcoming stuff to worry about. We have the news, of course, to get into here. RK is going to have his list of news. I have a couple things from around more so results that we don't include in our normal weekly show, including Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling and a quick look at TNA Bound for Glory, which is also next weekend, and stuff like that. So with that being said, RK, it is time to get into the news. And I like to just glance at the pictures. I don't look at this beforehand. He sends it, I upload it, and I don't look at anything. And I like to look at the pictures when I upload it, and I'm very intrigued to see where we're going with this. And RK and his headlines are legit always. I hope you guys understand that. These are direct sources that have given us headlines and whatnot. So this is the news for the Top Rope Renegades of the week of October 14th to the 20th. Reports are that after Stephanie Vacour went to WWE off of her match with Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door, New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW are changing things for future shows. It is believed that the talent that appears at Forbidden Door or co-promoted AEW New Japan shows will have to make an agreement to not immediately go to WWE.
Dog, that's not even a story. That's not even a joke. That is legit straight from, I believe Fightful reported it earlier today or yesterday.
Okay.
That is actually a thing.
Okay. I didn't see that.
It wrote itself, man. I didn't even have to go to my sources for that one. It reported itself.
I have not looked at any news when Friday night hit. I haven't really been on my phone much since then. Let us get into the next headline. Is AEW really trying to make us... Oh, this isn't even a headline. This is a statement. Is AEW really trying to make us believe that MJF was the bad guy during the Devil storyline? Like, no one actually watched the events of the storyline. They main evented Wembley. MJF had Adams back to the point of injuries overwhelming him, and Adams stabbed him in the back to lose his world title. Yet we're supposed to believe MJF is the bad guy. That's true.
100%. We didn't watch Dynamite as we said we wouldn't, but I mean it's hard to not come across the reports of the shows and stuff. We definitely will still, because we are waiting for the moment when it sounds like it's getting interesting again, and we'll go back to it. But we came across this. Kurt brought it up, and I read it. I'm just like, holy shit! They're actually trying to make us forget that entire year even fucking happened.
I saw the Adam Cole promo on Twitter, and I watched a bit of it, and I'm like, wait, so we're just gonna ignore everything that happened? So basically, MJF's the bad guy because when he returned the first time, he took out Adam Cole, and then like Adam Cole left. That's
not at all retaliation for anything that happened to him.
Right. And I read something, I think Dave Meltzer probably, saying that, well, MJF wants to be the bad guy. Okay. Just because you want to be the
fine.
bad
Get
guy.
there organically then. Just don't forget a year of story.
Right. Where Adam Cole literally stabbed him in the back. Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right. Kevin Owens is all elite. It's almost certain, right? To this point that Kevin Owens will lead to AEW, will head to AEW when his contract expires with the WWE. Recent comments by the 10-year veteran of the company point in all directions. Tony Khan's far superior promotion. Flip to page 7 for more on that story. We'll probably have a little more on Kevin Owens, of course, in the news. But
I'll read the comment right now.
Okay.
I'm so happy that they did this because it brings to the fact that kayfabe's still alive. But you know, there are AEW guys out there going, "Oh my god, he's going to All Elite." like it's a thing because of what he said, and it's just like, no, this is old school. This is something that they're doing it behind the scenes. They did it with the bus attack of Cody outside the bus, just social media involved, no on-air stuff. They're making this story organically feel natural, and it's working. But nonetheless, I just got a kick out of it because as soon as I read what Kevin Owens posted, then what was also showed on SmackDown. But yeah, I'm like, holy fuck, people are gonna believe this is legit because that's how some people think.
The dirt sheets are scrambling to try and find any sort of information. There are reports coming out that Kevin Owens may have signed a extension around SummerSlam, I think.
Yeah, they've kept it under wraps for obvious reasons.
Right. So this is literally.
Swear, we talked about this before. I swear, because Triple H, Vince McMahon was so out of touch with, listening to the fans or anything and what's going on outside of his own world. Where Triple H has his finger on the pulse and he's going, holy shit, let's see if we can spin this in a way to really make people start to question things.
If Triple H,
but this is, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish this story. All
right. So, anyways, this is what Kevin Owens posted. Then he also showed the video on SmackDown as well. But he says, he comes on, he says, I've been in WWE now for about 10 years. Actually, it's been over 10 years just recently. I've had a lot of ups and downs over those 10 years, but I don't think things have ever felt as bad as they do right now. Because for WWE officials to tell me to stay home and not come to work, not come to SmackDown where I belong, because of what I did to Cody Rhodes after Bad Blood is just so unfair and ridiculous. I mean, look at what we've seen WWE superstars do to each other in and out of the ring, in locker rooms, all the ambush attacks, the beatdowns, and I get told to stay away because I dropped their little golden boy outside of his stupid bus. Come on. It really makes me ask myself how appreciated and valued I am by this company. But that I can live with. I can kind of get past that. But I can't get over those what Randy Orton did to me. Randy, I can't believe that you betrayed me like that. You can let people say whatever they want about me. Kevin Owens turns on all his friends. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I would have never done that to you ever. I thought what we had was different. Dude, I just can't believe you picked Cody Rhodes over me. I got to be honest with everybody because this is probably the part that, some people will clip and post and be like, oh, look what Kevin said.
Yeah.
Not with no context, because that's what the IWC loves to do is no context anything. They just post a little clip. I'm giving you the whole thing here. You can deduce to yourself that, hey, this is just kayfabe and they're keeping it alive. But this last little clip is probably what people will clip and say, oh, look. I got to be honest with everybody. I got to be honest with everybody. With everything that's happening right now, between the disrespect shown to me by WWE and Randy breaking my trust like that, I really don't know if or when I can come back.
He's going to AEW.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, he's basically all elite. He's going to Tony Khan's. The whole story is on page 7. Just go to it. You'll find it.
I was going to say, if Triple H is as in touch with the fans as we assume, there is a video that blew up on Twitter. I meant to send it to you, but once we get closer to Royal Rumble, I'm sure it'll pop up again. It involved Drew McIntyre, but there are rumors that he'll be on Raw tomorrow, but we'll see. There was an edit made by a fan where it was like the countdown for number 30 for the Royal Rumble, and it got to the 0, and the music was the Broken Dreams theme from Drew McIntyre. And it just looked and sounded phenomenal. It was like, and somebody commented, it was like, Triple H, if you're really listening to us, please just do it. Give us this. I think that would be sick. We'll stop up there. Nonetheless, Kevin Owens, I don't think is going anywhere. They can't let that man go. Like, if you think about his last title run, it was ended by Goldberg, which I thought was bullshit. But what are you gonna do? I guess. Yeah, I think it's about time to dive into the news. Before I hand the reins to RK. RK, I don't know if we talked about it a little bit in conversation. We may have mentioned on the show as well. Scott Namore and his he has restarted up Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Their debut shows took place this weekend. Currently, night 2 is happening as we record. But night 1 went off. I'm not going to dwell on it much. But if you wanted the results real quick, Josh Alexander, Stu Grayson, El Phantasmo defeated Rocky Romero, Trevor Lee, and Alex Zane. There was a fantastic, I saw parts of it. Bret Hart narrated a video package about the past and the future of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. So they had a little Bret Hart involvement there. QT Marshall got a win. Kylie Ray won. The Jet Setters, Kushida and Kevin Knight, retained their IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Bully Ray was in the ring against Raj Deji, my old friend, formerly known as Jinder Mahal. Bully Ray got a win in a tables match.
Were they in a Punjabi prison match?
No, it was a tables match.
Oh, okay. Damn. They could have done something there.
Well, they're probably going to do like a part 2 or part 3 with Bully Ray and him. Next match will be
screw that Bully Ray guy. He's horrible anyway.
Yeah. Giselle Shaw got a win over Mia.
Just trying to be a copycat of Bubba. It's unreal.
Giselle Shaw got a win over Miyu Yamasaki. And then the main event was the AW International Championship Eliminator match. I guess they got to follow the AW rules at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Hey, let's have them on. Let's have them on big shows now too. Well, they just had a Mariah May fucking
Anna Jay Battle of the Belts.
Anna Jay eliminator match on a Battle of the Belts show.
Yeah. Konosuke Takeshita defeated Mike Bailey in what I've seen on the internet of being a fantastic match. So that's one I'm gonna want to find.
Would you expect anything less from the two of them?
Right. Well, at the end of the match, Josh Alexander came out and confronted Takeshita. So night 2's main event, I think, is Takeshita versus Josh Alexander.
I saw that too, yeah, actually.
So that seems very interesting. Then just one more thing to add. TNA Bound for Glory, we hit on that. Coming up this weekend, headlined by Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry. They have a special guest referee now. That is Frankie Kazarian. He will be a part of that. We talked about the Full Metal Mayhem match. But I wanted to add, maybe it was already announced, but I don't know. But I want to reiterate how awesome this match is probably going to be. The TNA X Division Championship, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Vikingo. That's on the card. So that match is probably going to fucking go crazy. Excited for that. Oh, we're watching that. Bound for Glory is going to be awesome.
I wonder how pissed off Tony Khan is about that one too.
Vikingo?
Yeah.
Why would he be pissed off? Vikingo's not signed to AW. So
no, but he did show up at an AW show and then he got injured and now he's going to a WWE affiliated TNA.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to bring attention to the pre-show for Bound for Glory. There is a 20-person Call Your Shot gauntlet match. This is a match involving males and females. The winner gets a trophy and a contract to invoke anytime within a year for a championship match of his or her choosing. So, male-female match happening on the pre-show.
That whole fucking Chris Jericho gimmick thing always fucking lasts forever. Chris Jericho was the one who came up with the Money in the Bank concept to win a match and then you have a guaranteed title shot of your choosing. And now almost every company has something that follows those. Jericho's fucking done everything.
Yep. And the last hit on the countdown show I wanted to mention, there's a TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Rhino and Bob Ryder are going to be inducted into
Rhino 100% deserves
TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. Other than that, that is all for and then there's one more episode of TNA this Thursday. They'll be talking about I think they're doing contract signings and whatnot. But other than that, I I may be able to come in at the very end and recap night 2 of Maple Leaf Pro. Other than that, RK, take over. What do you got?
No news this week. Let's go.
All right, let's get into Monday Night
Raw. No, I got news. I always got news. We brought up Battle of the Belts there. Talking on the future of Battle of the Belts and Rampage. Dave Meltzer said AEW is free to shop them around to other networks as they're not a part of the WBD deal. Rampage's last date on TNT isn't confirmed, but Meltzer says the show may not be around for much longer and will be done by the end of the year at the latest. Multiple sources have confirmed this. Rampage is gone. It's going away. I mean, 250,000 average viewers a week. Like,
well, hey, hold on real quick.
It's gonna be hard to sell that to a lot of companies.
They just did 253,000. That's what their latest was. It was 216,000 the week prior.
Yeah. And then regarding the talk of a Shockwave show on Fox or possibly repackaging Rampage or Battle of the Belts for other networks, Meltzer said there are at least 2 sets of talks out there for other stuff, but I don't know that any of them are imminent. That's what my sources says too, that there's talks about it, but nothing's guaranteed. So my sources are on par with Dave Meltzer's sources. So, there's that. WWE source. I want to know who these sources are in WWE that did to. I don't think it's of anybody of any importance talking to Dave Meltzer, honestly. But WWE sources told Wrestling Observer that AEW's offer to Daniel Garcia was significantly higher than theirs. That's because AEW overpays for their talent. That's 100%. That's not even questionable. On Yuji Nagata's YouTube channel, Kota Ibushi said he believes there will be a Golden Lovers reunion soon, and that Kenny Omega told him he'd be able to come back in about 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
That's straight from Kota Ibushi.
Okay. Yeah, I did notice. Maybe we'll mention it on Dynamite, actually, so carry on.
All I know is the first episode that Omega's back on AEW, we'll be watching.
Yep. And they'll announce it. They're not going to have it as a surprise.
No, they'll announce 100%. That they want to get their numbers up. They're going to announce it.
100%. Speaking real quick of numbers, you want to do the ratings real quick so I can get my part out the way and let you just go crazy here? I
can't believe it. I heard that NXT took a nosedive and that they're a failing company.
Yeah, NXT went from 874,000 to 639,000 with a 0.24 to a 0.18 in the demo.
That's tough.
Tough downslide. But they beat NXT Dynamite. Dynamite did 633,000 with a 0.20 in the demo.
Oh, I guess it's not that bad then.
So if that's a nosedive in a failing company, what does that make Dynamite? I don't know. And if
it's thriving and where the best wrestle.
If you care, SmackDown did 1.652 million. Raw did 1.5 mil, 1.53 mil, 0.44 and a 0.49 for SmackDown in the ratings. Other than that, nothing crazy going on in the ratings. Dynamite, Collision still struggling, and all that good stuff. So there's your updated Wrestling-nomics ratings.
But Collision had Ricochet on it, didn't they?
Yeah, Ricochet apparently cut a promo that was good or something. I don't know.
I find that hard to believe, but okay. Addressing rumors that popped up after the news of Jimmy Jacobs' AEW exit hit, Ibu of Wrestle Paris said Jacobs didn't dislike Daniel Garcia. He just didn't see him as a top guy and rarely spoke up in favor of using Garcia in big spots. Yeah, I wouldn't either, honestly. I've never seen anything on Daniel Garcia that makes me go, yeah, that guy is like rock level.
Who said that?
I don't know, but apparently the amount of money they're paying him says that.
Yeah, I'm
good. Yeah. Ibu also said Garcia's presentation on AEW TV is herky-jerky because when he is used in big spots, it's usually because top stars requested a match with him, not because the creative team booked him in those spots. Whether it'll be Will Ospreay or MJF, it was typically them going, hey, I want to work with him, and AEW obliging. Well, how about you be a fucking company and stick to your guns instead of letting your fucking raw talent dictate how your show is? Maybe you'd have a more cohesive show once in a while. Like, honestly, I get the input of talent on storylines, but if the writers are writing a story, have the input of the talent, but don't just go, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Did I want to see Will Ospreay versus Daniel Garcia? Did I want to see MJF versus Daniel? No, I didn't. I really could have cared less.
No, yeah, that was all right on that. I wanted MJF Ospreay. That's about it.
Yeah, and it was a banner.
Yep.
Fightful Select also addressed rumors about Jacobs' time at AEW, saying that Jacobs worked with Chris Jericho on the Learning Tree gimmick, but wasn't the originator of it. That was to the rumors that Jacobs came up with everything about the Learning Tree, which was ridiculous if you even watched anything to do with the Learning Tree, because that just has Jericho written all over it if you know anything about Jericho. It is an egotistical skewing of what the dirt sheets were and the fans were saying about him, and him just leaning into it. That is, your flashing lights in the back are distracting me.
Flashing lights. Oh, my TV's on. I'm sorry. TV's on Sunday Night Football.
I just...
Squirrel.
Yeah, so yeah, they also said Jacobs was well liked at AEW, and there's no bad blood about his leaving. Cool. I still don't believe any of the rumors. As I just said, that Chris Jericho is not the creator of the Learning Tree. The dude is always
knows.
Yeah. Fightful reports that the finish of All In's AEW World Title match came about because Swerve Strickland's insisted on tapping out to Bryan Danielson rather than passing out or anything else. I don't know what. Yeah, it was. He didn't want it to. He wanted to tap out to Bryan Danielson.
You said Swerve Strickland in there. Sorry, that threw me off.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland, Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson beat him for the world title by making him tap out.
Oh, I was thinking about the most recent finish at Wrestle Dream.
No, they're talking about shit from like 7 months ago.
Okay. That's where I'm confused then. Carry on. Sorry.
But yeah, apparently that was Strickland's call. He wanted to tap out instead of passing out or anything. He wanted to make Danielson look strong and him look weak. I don't understand.
Swerve was like, I'll put you over, Bryan.
I'll put you over, Bryan. It's wild to even think that's a thing, but apparently it is. Yeah, this is already reported by myself and other.
So, the fact that you can actually say that.
I did. Because I know I've reported this before.
You can.
Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that Saturday night's main event is supposed to be a pay-per-view quality card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely said that before.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about that. You did say that when it was announced, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you said that.
Along with something else that's going to come up, I also said about Jesse Ventura.
You said that, and it's not like you are. Unless you are and you're not telling me, it's not like you're on the phone nonstop like you're Fabrizio Romano in the world of soccer or Shams Correa for the NBA.
Those connections. I'd be on the phone all day.
You're just not dumb, and and you're like, hey, that's going to be a pay-per-view type card. They're going to make that a big deal. And then Meltzer reports it as it's big news and it's breaking news. Like, no, it's called anybody with any sort of brain cells that watches pro wrestling. They know
they're just going to put on a SmackDown on a once every 3 months show.
Yeah, it's just going to be a normal SmackDown commercials, all that good stuff. So don't worry about it.
Stupid. This is where Dave Meltzer is. So he reported like mid last week. He reported this. Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that Saturday night's main event is supposed to be a pay-per-view quality card. He said that Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens is going to take place, and they want the match to have a shoot-style presentation at Saturday night main event. 2 days after he said that, he said, I've been told that a title match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will be booked on the return of Saturday night's main event in December.
Between who? Cody Rhodes and who?
So he originally said on Saturday night's main event, it'll be a shoot-style performance presentation between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And then 2 days later, he's like, it'll be at Saturday night's main event in December. It'll be between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Okay,
yeah, I know it's confusing, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm very fucked. That dude needs to stop. Just retire and give it up, please.
He doesn't even. He just throws names out there. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. No, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. No, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. No, triple threat. Like creative changes. This is why we read the news, because Dave Meltzer just makes things gold.
Card subject to change.
Honestly, if we didn't have Dave Meltzer, I don't think I'd have much news.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So WrestleVotes reported this. They're the first to report this. That he is either close to signing a new contract or that it's already been signed, and they've just kept it under wraps this entire year.
Yeah.
And then other like everybody jumps on it all at once.
Yeah.
But everybody's saying SummerSlam. Some people are saying far back is WrestleMania. Some people are saying it's not signed yet, but it will be signed.
Kevin Owens.
Long story short, Kevin Owens ain't going anywhere.
Kevin Owens wouldn't be having this type of, I guess, I don't know how to put this. He wouldn't be involved with the big names in the company if he wasn't sticking around.
Why not? Daniel Garcia was basically working without a guaranteed contract.
Well, AEW is stupid, because what if he didn't stay and then you have a big hole?
Well, they just make us forget that a whole year story happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Just forget about it, guys. It never happened.
My bad. Silly me.
According to Observer, the entirety of the AEW pay-per-view library will go up on a Max, but it won't happen right away. All TV will also be there.
Okay.
That was expected. Warner Brothers, all their shit will be on Max, just like in Canada, starting January, all WWE will be on Netflix.
Which I do hope that if AEW is going to put their pay-per-views on Max, I hope they go the same route of WWE, in which that if you have a subscription, you just watch it.
What I heard was that it'll be at a reduced fee.
I'm not sitting here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not paying that much for that shit anymore. I can't. I'm not.
Not when it's not quality product.
No. Kenny Omega's on the card. I'll think about it.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not pumped to watch whatever their next fucking pay-per-view is. All World.
Is that next? We have all the way. No, Full Gear in November.
Full Gear. I could care less. Only thing I'm pumped for to do anything with AEW remotely, and it's not even AEW, it's New Japan, is Battle of the Valley.
Yeah, and that's January.
That's just out of nostalgia for you and me. So,
which AEW is not really a part of that. So,
no, but I'm sure John Moxley was at the last one. So,
yeah, true. Wrestle Kingdom's coming as well. So,
we are going to watch that this year.
Oh yeah, we're watching Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Because almost every Wrestle Kingdom has had nothing but banner matches.
Yeah. We'll see who's there. With if AEW stars that were New Japan stars are a part of it, it should be pretty good. Because your opinion on Will
Ospreay there,
right? Ospreay's there. Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom is always a banger.
Yeah,
I could see Ricochet being back.
Is back in 2 to 3 months. Maybe he's back in time for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, we'll see.
And how do you have a Wrestle Kingdom without Okada? Okada's got to show up.
Maybe.
A AAA star Vikingo has been announced for TNA's Blood into Glory.
Yes, sir.
You already mentioned that. Did they mention the match yet that he's in?
Yeah, he's in a TNA X Division Championship match against Speedball Mike Bailey.
Okay, you did say that. Okay, it's involved in a top flight belt, so that's going to be a wild match. You haven't watched Vikingo?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. You made me. You were like, you got to watch it. I watched. Yeah. I think it was him versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah, it was in CMLL.
Whoa, Vikingo's good.
Yeah, it was in CMLL.
They had a match on Dynamite too.
Might have been AAA actually. Either or. Vikingo is ridiculous. Yeah. He was hampered with that flippy shit. If you like that flippy shit, that is all flippy shit.
He was hampered for a while with an injury. But he's
most of this year.
But he's back and he's fantastic.
6 to 7 months he's been out. So
he is fantastic.
Fightful says Jonathan Gresham's TNA contract will expire in 2025. If you don't know who Jonathan Gresham is, that is Jordan Grace's partner. Mm-hmm. His wife, her husband. Anyways, nonetheless, his deal expires around the same time as Jordan Grace's deal. There's at least a chance that he ends up in WWE. Obviously, Jordan Grace is going to end up in WWE. That's not even a question at this point.
And nothing against Gresham. He's not the greatest thing in the world, but he's good. Yeah, he could make an impact in NXT if I'm being honest with you. But we'll see. I mean,
honestly, if Jordan Grace was like, "Hey, we're a package," WWE's going, "Yeah, okay,
yeah, we're not passing on Jordan Grace." So that totally adds up.
WWE is totally on board for an AJ Lee return per WrestleVotes. That from a backstage pass Q&A with Bill Apter. Votes added that AJ hasn't given the company indication she'll be back, and only people who know what she's thinking are her and her husband. But it's been reported multiple times. WWE has said if she called and said, "I want to come back," the answer is yes.
She will be on TV if she wants to be on TV. It's that simple.
Yeah. Speaking of CM Punk, Ibu said on WrestlePeris Raw review show that CM Punk will be facing Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight title at Survivor Series. I've not heard of. I mean, it's the obvious choice, but I haven't heard much past Ibu saying it.
Yeah, I mean, it adds up because he was calling out Gunther before. We'll see. I mean, there's Seth Rollins still, so I don't know.
There's Seth Rollins. Obviously, he's going to have to take care of Bronson Reed, which I'm sure will happen in the next few weeks.
My thing is, if there were obviously Punk and Rollins is happening, and if I just don't know if you take the title off Gunther, Rollins and Punk is one of those where you don't need the title, but if you're still on path for Punk winning the main event of WrestleMania,
100%, one of them. I was going to say. If Punk is the main event, you need a title involved in the main event of WrestleMania. That's just a given. You can't have a main event without a title of some sort. I'm sorry. Regardless of the stature of the combatants, you need a title involved in the main event of WrestleMania.
If I was booking this, I would have Gunther win at Survivor Series and have Punk get one more opportunity at the Royal Rumble, and he wins at the Rumble. And then you can have Rollins win the Rumble for all I care and call out Punk at the end of the night is the way I look at it.
I prefer to have Punk win the Rumble this year.
Okay.
Rollins is champion at WrestleMania.
Punk Elimination Chamber win?
Championship. Yeah, somehow. But Punk wins the championship at WrestleMania. I think that's a bigger win for Punk on the main stage to win it at WrestleMania.
That'd be a big deal. Yeah. Have Rollins win it. Maybe Rollins wins it at the Rumble. I don't know. Have a number one contenders match where Rollins beats Punk or something, and he gets Gunther, and then he beats Gunther at the Rumble, and then the winner of the Rumble is Punk. Yeah.
A bigger story is Punk winning the title at WrestleMania in the main event, night 1 or 2. Probably night 1 because night 2 will probably be The Rock somehow.
Yeah, WrestleMania is very interesting. We don't know. I got nothing right now.
But that's my look at it. I think Punk has to win the title at WrestleMania.
I agree. That'd be a big moment for him personally.
Yeah, huge moment.
I think all the fans would be like, yeah, this is a good feeling.
Yeah. After of WrestleVotes talks about Brock Lesnar returning to WWE on Backstage Pass, Votes replied with, "I'll give you a short answer, yes."
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about
this. There's been a lot of rumors. They've been hinting at it, dropping the Beast reference on Raw and shit and all this stuff.
Yeah, and then you have Fightful coming out saying no.
Fightful saying no?
Fightful, I have it right here. That was denied, according to Fightful, that was denied within the company on a high level, with one source saying there are no creative plans in place for Brock. And if conversations have occurred, we've not been briefed on that. So that doesn't mean there hasn't.
There's just no creative plans in place.
Well, even that's just a report from Fightful. How accurate do they know? If
that's like me telling you Kevin Owens is all elite.
It's on the situation of Brock Lesnar coming back should be a big surprise. And I see on the internet a lot of people saying, really? Do they even need him? No, they don't. Truly, they don't need him. But it's also Brock Lesnar, and the fans are going to come around and they're going to go, we wanted Gunther versus Lesnar before all this stuff happened. So I still see that being a thing.
Jakara Jackson and Last Legends' recent WWE Women's Tag Team shot on SmackDown was done so company officials could have the opportunity to just evaluate them, according to Wrestle Purists. WWE is said to think NXT's metaphor have main roster upside, and if Legend and Jackson's evaluation was favorable, the entire group could be called up soon. If not, they'll get more experience in NXT with an eye towards promoting them via next year's draft or later in 2025. This was obviously written before SmackDown's most recent episode because they were back on SmackDown again.
Well, it was they both were. Lash was in a singles match with Piper Nevin.
Nonetheless, they obviously got a look and they're like, let's give them another look. So it's been looked at. I asked you and you're the one that said, yeah, there's talking about metaphor on the main roster, and I'm like, interesting.
Yeah,
because I said, what are they just going to forget about Oro and Noam Dar now?
I think it's them as a whole. I'm intrigued. Lash, we'll get into SmackDown, but Lash got a win, her first singles win on the main roster over Piper Nevin on SmackDown, and obviously they lost the tag titles match to Bianca and Jade in what was a pretty quick match on SmackDown, but clearly they see something if 2 weeks in a row they're a part of the show. So yeah, I mean, they're talented. Lash is a big powerhouse and a believable opponent against someone like Bianca and Jade, just the way she
100%.
So I mean, and she got to win over Piper, so it's I'm okay. I'm cool with it.
She did some cool power moves against Piper too, which was impressive.
I think the biggest call up that we're waiting on, minus obviously you can throw the names Stephanie Vacour and Julia and all that out. The one I'm for some reason most looking forward to is Trick Williams coming up, just because it's going to be in a moment with Carmelo Hayes, and I'm going to pop, and hopefully the crowd in attendance pops for that because of the rivalry that Carmelo and Trick had. So
they'll get a pop like Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, and we can talk about it for a second now. I think what people were tearing apart the fact that they got no pop, and I think we need to understand that.
I was pissing off Kurt on purpose. It was great.
Yeah, he was. If Motor City Machine Guns would have debuted at the NXT show, I think there would have been a big pop, because the fans that are watching and going to the NXT shows, they are more in touch with what TNA has done. You got to understand where they were in that arena. I guarantee there's a bunch of those fans that had no idea about Motor City Machine Guns run outside of WWE. So that's the only thing I can say. There wasn't a pop. There was a few cheers, but it kind of makes sense why there wasn't a massive pop, because they're not that big of a name. You know, if it would have been the Young Bucks, yeah, there'd have been a pop. You know, but Motor City Machine Guns are just TNA lifers until now, really, and not a lot of those non-diehard fans that just showed up to get a ticket to SmackDown know who the hell Motor City Machine Guns are. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what they do. I think they're going to put on a really good match with DIY coming up.
I mean, Grayson Waller posted on Twitter a shirt that says, I love, what was it? I sent it to you.
Mm-hmm. Vanilla White Guys or some shit.
I think vanilla. It was worse than that. Grayson Waller knows his assignment as a heel. Let me just find it here quickly. Screw it. I don't care. He posted a picture on Twitter. It was Nick Aldis needs a shirt, and it was a picture of I Heart Vanilla Midgets. And then next to it was the WWE Tag Team Championship picture between the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. Grayson Waller continues to kill it as a heel.
Yes.
Continues to kill it.
Is hilarious because Motor City Machine Guns and Johnny, they're short vanilla white guys. Let's not act like Tommaso Ciampa is like a built motherfucker. So that's interesting. But also, he's obviously going to get canceled because he said that word. So
no, he's not. Yeah, I mean, we're more likely to get canceled than him.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see.
I love everything Grayson Waller does. That's all.
Yeah, he's killing it. Killing it.
He's killing it. He understands his job. He's doing it perfectly. AEW recently filed to trademark Friday Night Dynamite, which was announced as the name of their October 30th episode. Dynamite will be going up against SmackDown on October 30th. Yeah, Dynamite's going to be on Friday night on October 30th.
Why? World Series. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. They're about to get smashed.
No, that's not right. No, I'm sorry. Those numbers don't match up. What is
Are you talking
this
about
company?
Are you talking about the November NXT Dynamite thing?
No. Friday Night Dynamite. What the fuck is this? I don't know. I should read my news better. That makes no sense. I should be proofreading. Strike that from the record. That didn't happen. What the fuck is that on? I gotta look that up. Friday Night Dynamite. Look that up while I'm talking. Because October 30th is a Wednesday, unless they're calling Wednesday night Friday Night Dynamite for some reason. I don't understand what's going on there. Because October 30th is a Wednesday, but nonetheless. Politico was told that former President Donald Trump is expected to do an interview this week on the Undertaker podcast.
Okay. It's not Friday night. I can see why you read Friday night.
It's Fright Night Dynamite. I see it right in my writing. I just assumed Friday night, and I just jumped to the conclusion. They're going to go head-to-head with SmackDown? That's ridiculous.
And announced for that is Shelton Benjamin versus Swerve Strickland right now. And literally somebody in this Reddit thread said, I'm going to keep reading that as Friday Night Dynamite and show up on the wrong damn day.
That's what I'm going to do, apparently. Jesus Christ. Think of better ways to write that. Jesus, Fright Night Dynamite. Oh my God. I'm so people, we do this no cuts. So you're gonna get me saying stupid shit once in a while. It's not nearly on the same level as Kurt's stupid shit, but we get there. Political was told, and you probably didn't hear me because you were like, I got this. Political was told that former President Donald Trump is expected to do an interview this week on the Undertaker podcast. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh, it's been rough on the Twitterverse right now. If you are a fan of Batista or you're a fan of Undertaker, because Batista posted a video supporting Kamala Harris hardcore. Batista has been a very liberal person, which, whatever, I don't do your thing. Undertaker, it's well known he's been a conservative person, as is Kane, because Kane literally is a political figure and he is a Republican conservative. So now people are coming out against, and I'm not just going to be one-sided in this, people now hate Undertaker or they hate Batista because of their political views. And I'm like, here in America, this is where we're like, I've always been in the stance of who gives a shit what people support. Like, let them be them. Just as you have your opinion, they can have theirs. But no. Not allowed on Twitter. No. If you're like, if I were to quote it and be like, oh, this is really cool. Undertaker gets to sit down and interview a former president, potential president again of the United States of America. That's a pretty cool interview. Doesn't matter who he is as a person, whatever you think about him.
Cool, I'll tell you this right now. If Donald Trump wanted to come on Top Rope Renegades, we would not say no.
Yeah, like, come on. And so now people are just hating on Undertaker and Kane. And it's like, okay, so but you're not allowed to come out and be like, oh, Batista's an idiot because he's supporting Kamala Harris. Can't do that. But if you come out and go, oh, it's pretty cool that Undertaker is supporting and having Trump on his podcast, that's bad and you're a terrible person. That's what's wrong with the internet in this country that I live in, because it's so
it's not just your country, man. It's not
everywhere. Yeah. Hypocrites everywhere, man.
You can't have an opinion. Everything you say is scrutinized. I'm sure I'm going to get if the wrong person watched this episode and heard me say I heart white midgets, we're going to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I've been very open on public social media of where I stand on things, and I don't care. But this isn't, we're not a political show. We're a pro wrestling show, so we don't get into that stuff. But my opinion on this is that's fucking awesome. He gets to interview a former president that I spoke to for 2 seconds on a phone.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God. Have I not told you that story?
I love you. Click.
No, it was he came on when he was on the campaign trail. He not on the campaign trail. It was the Republican National Convention. I worked for a Republican conservative radio station, and the morning host we had scheduled and got the President of the United States, and he called into the show from the Republican National Convention, and phone rang, and I answered. This is Kurt, WIBC, and I hear someone on the other side go, "Please hold for the President of the United States," and I'm like, "Oh, this is wild. What is my life?" And he answers. I hear it go, and hello, and I'm like, "Hello, Mr. President. I will send you to Tony Katz right now. Thank you so much." And the interview, and that's it. That's it.
I'd be like, "Yo, what's up, dog?"
Hey, yo, Trumpster. No, so it was just weird.
The internet is a very bad.
So I'm canceled now. I'm canceled. I work for a Republican conservative radio station. So,
dude, in Canada we have entirely too many parties that run for votes, and it screws up our elections because these little idiots that won't get any power get votes and take away from votes from the parties that actually could be in power. Then it screws up it's a big mess. We have way too many parties that run. But nonetheless,
we just have two main parties.
Well, you just basically have Democrats and the Republicans with some independents. But basically, you're voting Democratic or Republican, and the independents don't mean shit. Well, here the independents can fuck shit right up. Right now in BC, we're going through a provincial election, and it's so close right now that it won't be known the results for like a week because they got to double count things because they're within 1,000 votes.
Yeah.
And it's so messed up right now, and the Green Party, there's a Green Party which is all about hugging trees and shit. They got 2 seats, so those 2 seats could shift the whole balance of the entire election, and it's just it's too much. It doesn't allow anything to get done, and that's where the problem with politics is there's so much battling going on that nothing get fucking done. It doesn't matter who's in power. Nothing gets done because everyone's fighting all the fucking time. And who suffers?
Politics.
You and me and the rest of the population. Well, they get to sit in their fucking fancy houses up in the hills and go, "Ooh, look what we're doing for the country." Get fucked.
Right.
Anyways, nonetheless, it's a problem. Nonetheless, that's as much political shit we're going to get into.
Thank you. Do vote, though. Do go vote. Do go vote.
Absolutely vote. You don't have a right to bitch about politics if you don't vote. That's my opinion. If you don't vote, shut the fuck up. Where were we? We just got a whole bunch of. Oh yeah, I was going to one more thing about IWC. Tony Khan acted like an adult for once on Twitter. It was fucking wild. Did you see this?
His exchange with JD from New York.
Yes. So, buddy JD from New York. I don't have the exact exchange here, but basically he says whoever thinks Daniel Garcia is a top tier guy is a fucking idiot or stupid or something. And Tony Khan's like, what gives you the right to call him stupid? He's a wrestling fan. It's subjective. We're allowed to have our opinions however they are. And he's like, well, no, it's all subjective. He's like, exactly. And that's why I've been listening to you for the last 5 years and haven't called you a fucking idiot.
Basically. Okay, Tony.
Okay, for once.
For those that don't, you probably don't know much about JD from New York. I see stuff from him on Twitter here and there. He is he's more of an AEW hater than you are. Like, he's very bad about hating AEW. And he's a bit of annoying. He's a New York guy, New Yorker. He's fucking annoying. So, whatever. Congratulations, JD. You finally got the Tony Khan, I think.
Yep, you did it. 5 years. At least, Tony Khan doesn't just block him because he said something bad about him. After a user on Twitter fooled multiple media outlets by creating a graphic for a fake match between
Kesha
and CMLL star Mascara Dorado.
This happened.
Dave Meltzer said AEW loves the idea of the match and is now interested in booking it.
Did you read into it more that Dave thought it was legit? That Dave said he was at the show and he's like, well, when's this match happening? I thought you were in deep, bro. Come on, Dave. You should have known. You should have known the whole card. Fucking idiot.
AEW, don't let fans book your matches. Nobody wants to see Takesha versus Dorado.
Fuck. Honestly, I don't care. Takesha can face everybody. Takesha's fantastic.
Takesha's amazing. He deserves to be champion right now. He deserves a push. They'll fuck it up somehow, I'm sure. F4W Online's also says there are discussions in WWE about removing Carlito from the Judgment Day and putting him back in a singles role.
Why?
I don't know. He's killing it in the Judgment Day role right now. Honestly, I think he's going to be married to Raquel Rodriguez in the next 3 weeks. That interaction between... Oh, my exact reaction to Raquel Rodriguez too, actually. So, I think he's amazing what he's doing in Judgment Day. He's an older wrestler now. Not that he's not talented. He's extremely talented. He's the most recognized champion in his father's company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird. No, he's a good wrestler, but I mean, he's older now. I don't think he can make a... I don't know if he could pull a singles run off at this point in his career.
Unless you want to put over a singles champion, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, maybe. But I think he's killing it in Judgment Day right now. He's perfect comedic relief. He's so good.
Yeah, he's fantastic in that.
Per the Hollywood Reporter, CM Punk has a key role in an indie horror film named Night Patrol, which I've already put on my must-watch list when it comes out, because as bad as that movie is going to be, I want to see CM Punk in anything he ever does. So I watched a movie. He was like the lead role in a horror film like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great movie, but I watched the whole thing because CM Punk was... I think CM Punk's awesome. So
speaking of movie roles, MJF's in Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
And he's also apparently been cast in...
honestly, I think CM Punk could play the car in a Fast and Furious movie, and I'd watch it just for that.
A car in Transformers, that would actually make sense. MJF was just cast in a movie called Stranglehold, featuring Ashley Benson, Justin Long, Ron Perlman, and Jake Lacey.
Oh yeah, I heard about that actually. I didn't know the name of it, but I saw Justin Long and Ron Perlman were attached to it. So
yeah.
Justin Long is a very interesting actor. I'm sure a lot of people know him. He's done a lot of stuff with Kevin Smith. He does like kind of like rom-coms and stuff, but he's also done a few horror films.
No, he was not. I'm going over the top here. I was going to say American Pie. That's the other guy. What is that movie, man? There's a movie that Justin Long is in. Oh, Dodgeball.
Well, he was in Dodgeball, yep. Die Hard 4.
Yeah.
Tusk. Weird fucking movie. Don't
Justin
watch
Long's been around for a while.
Yeah.
He's been a good actor. Ron Perlman, obviously. Hellboy.
Ron Perlman.
Hellboy. Sons of Anarchy fame.
Clay.
Really good. Clay from Sons of Anarchy.
My middle name's Clay, so...
He played that role, man. I'm not going to get into Sons of Anarchy. He killed that fucking role, Clay.
Killed it. Everybody in Sons of Anarchy killed it. That show is probably one of the best TV shows of all time.
Oh, I've watched it through like 5, 7, 6, 7
Everybody
times.
Killed their roles. Everybody.
Oh, such
Kim
a good
Coates.
Show. Yeah.
So good.
Even the dude that I'm spacing his name, you'll tell me. He's in Fallout, the main character, the ghoul in Fallout. What's his actor's name?
Walter Goggins.
Yeah. Playing the role of the tranny in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Killed that role.
Theo Rossi is Juice.
Theo Rossi. Yeah. Marilyn Manson had a cameo for some reason.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam killed it. It's a great movie.
Peggy from Married with Children. Come on.
That's Gemma. Yep. Man, that's such a good
great show. I'll probably start watching it again now that I talk about it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, agreed.
Right off the bat, it gets you so hooked. Just like
the guy that played Opie.
Buddy from like Saturday Night Lights and shit.
Yeah, I'm spacing his name, sadly. It'll hit me and I'll be like, oh, that's right.
Man, Opie, if not one of the most crushing deaths in a TV show.
Yeah, right? Ryan Hurst.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the jail. Oh my god.
One of the most crushing deaths ever in a TV show.
Great show.
All the deaths in that show was wild, actually. Fucking crushing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great show. If you haven't seen it, you've been living on a rock. I don't know.
Sons of Anarchy.
Maybe
go find it.
Stop watching wrestling for like 5 minutes and go watch Sons of Anarchy.
Because then you'll be watching it for weeks at a time.
Yeah. Anyways, Wrestling Observer newsletter says Bryan Danielson will have an MRI done to assess the damage in his neck and whether or not surgery will be required to repair it. There is still some hope that he can avoid surgery and heal up strong enough with stem cell therapy. if or when he can return to the ring depends on how well all of this goes. I thought he was done.
Well, let's be honest here. It doesn't matter if you're AEW, WWE, you're never done per se. Now, I do see him.
Kids want to grow up with a crippled father.
I could see him doing a couple one-off matches here and there. Truly,
he needs to come back for WWE just so he can get inducted in the Hall of Fame. He deserves.
I think that'll happen. There's no way that doesn't fucking happen. Well, speaking of people not going to WWE, I just read across my line that where'd it go? Is it up top here? Sting signed a multi-year deal with AEW. It's not for in-ring stuff; it's for licensing stuff.
Yeah, that's typical to a Legends deal.
And then I don't know if you have Keith Lee in your list, but I have Keith Lee.
Yeah, he reported something along the lines of, "Don't worry, when I come back, I'll be back."
Yeah, he said, I must take the time to say thank you, and I must also take the time to tell you we're not done. Hang in there, just like I am. Whatever it is, the time will come. Let's move forward, and don't forget to vote. Also, Keith Lee saying, "Go vote."
It's one of the few things you have as a person in your power to change the way your country operates. Don't think that your vote doesn't matter, because it does. If somebody in your area loses or wins by one vote, you could have been that difference. So,
breaking news.
There's countries out there where you're not allowed to vote for your people in power. So that's a respect thing that you should have to do.
I mentioned Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Night 2 is currently ongoing as a recording. The main event just wrapped up with Konosuke Takeshita retaining against Josh Alexander. In the post-match angle, Josh Alexander was about to get beat down by Takeshita. Don Callis was talking shit apparently in the ring about Ospreay and Ricochet. And Ricochet came out and made the save at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. So I'm seeing a deal of a partnership with AW and Scott D'Amore. Which, Scott D'Amore, listen, go to Tony Khan and be like, let's trade creative for like a couple months. Let me take over AW for a little bit. Scott D'Amore's fantastic.
He is 100%.
Sucks that he's teaming up with AEW. I really wanted him. I wish TNA didn't let him go like they did.
Well, it was a money thing, wasn't it?
I think
it came down to it was a money thing.
Whatever, but man.
Also nepotism. I think the person that took over creative is like the family member of the owner of the company that owns TNA or something.
Oh, Nepo babies. We love them.
Yeah. Anyways, nonetheless, TNA is doing just fine without Scott D'Amore. I mean, obviously they had to go to WWE to get that sorted out, but
hey, it's working. Bound for Glory is going to be awesome.
I actually think, you don't have to work Saturday. We should probably watch it. Is it on Saturday or Sunday?
Bound for Glory is on Saturday.
Because Havoc's on Sunday.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
We get to watch wrestling this weekend.
Nice.
And probably live.
Yeah, actually, that never happens.
Well, Sunday will be different. We're going to have to watch Halloween Havoc after we record.
No, before we record.
Well, if we're having Kyle on.
Well, we'll have to record Kyle's part, watch Halloween Havoc, and then do the
That works. That works. Yeah. Look at us. This is how we do the show, folks. We fucking game plan in the middle of the show.
It's what you guys are here for. Hard-hitting news as it happens. Jesus. According to WrestleVotes Radio, SmackDown will be... Why is this reported every week? According to WrestleVotes Radio, SmackDown will be 3 hours long next year from January 3rd until May 30th. It also sounds like Raw will go back to being 3 hours long when it moves to Netflix in January. But if you talk to somebody else, they'll tell you that's not true. They're still talking about it. And you talk to somebody else is like, no, it's staying at 2 hours. Like, why do we even keep recording this, you guys?
You know what I have to say? Let's just wait and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah. I don't know why this is still a thing. It's been debunked multiple times, and the companies are still reporting this. It's like they're 4 months late to the news. Meltzer says WWE has plans for Jesse Ventura at Saturday night's main event. Ventura won't be on commentary for the entire show like he used to be. His role is not yet determined, but he'll be there for nostalgia reasons. The thing that I heard is that he's there as like a host. He'll be there as a host.
Cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Kind of like a Mean Gene thing back in the day. Mean Gene doing the interviews and stuff and all that stuff and opening the shows and stuff and all that kind of. I think that's what we'll get out of Jesse Ventura is like a Mean Gene thing. Which is great because Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon had a huge falling out, and Jesse Ventura wanted nothing to do with the WWE and vice versa for so long. And I'm glad that Triple H was able to reach out to Jesse and get that all sorted out because Jesse's recently on TV there for a little bit. It's good to see that they
look at where we're at now. It shows, Vince wasn't a great guy. We're very aware of that. It shows though now that former people of the company are like, you know what? Cool, we can go back. Vince is gone. It's repairing relationship. I'm cool with it. Good.
The Observer notes that WWE has a date booked at the old ECW arena. The belief is that it will be for the NXT show on November 6th when the show airs on the Wednesday. Head-to-head against AEW Dynamite. NXT is moving off Tuesday that week due to it being election day in the United States.
Election day.
Let's go.
Go where, to Pennsylvania?
No, NXT on Wednesday.
Yeah. I actually may not even go to work on that Wednesday, to be honest with you. Because I have plans for election night to get absolutely slammered on Tuesday night while watching the election results. Because I'll be honest, NXT's on Wednesday, brother. So I got a Tuesday free, and I'm gonna get hammered. I'm gonna be watching the election results for one of two reasons: either I'm gonna celebrate that hopefully our country's going in the right direction, or I'm gonna drink my sorrows because we are fucked. And you can use context clues to decide who I'm pulling for and whatnot.
Well, I mean, it's obvious who you're pulling for. Anybody that knows anything about... no, we're not going to get into it.
People, look at the radio station I mentioned earlier and who I spoke on the phone with. There you go. I feel like it's by default. I feel like I have to vote for the guy. He said hi to me.
Screw it. You and I both have the same beliefs, so we're a conservative wrestling podcast.
Oh, God, we're done. It's over. You know what's cool, though? Shout out to Kyle Wells. He also is. But anyway, yeah.
I'm sorry. If you know anything about the history of anything, conservatives always bring in more money for countries. Nonetheless, let's continue on.
Hey! Go vote.
Shinsuke Nakamura is returning to Pro Wrestling Noah on January 1st at the Nippon Budokan in Japan against Ulka Sasaki.
You know, it'd be really cool. Let me double check my times here. If there won't be, but man, wouldn't it be cool? Because Wrestle Kingdom's on January 4th.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was a deal just between New Japan and WWE, and it's like, we'll just have Shinsuke just show up. He doesn't have to have a match; just be there.
You're reaching. There's no way New Japan touches anything WWE right now.
Yeah, they're not allowed to.
I bet you if WWE was to go to New Japan and say, "Hey, what can we do here?" I wonder if New Japan and AEW has a legit contract in place, or if it's just a handshake deal.
Totally, they do. Well, the fact that you let off with the reporting that if there's the joint shows that their talents can't go to WWE like that, there's clearly. I mean, they do what Daddy Tony Khan says.
That's what I just wonder what that contract looked like, and what if WWE was to outbid them for that contract?
I'd be cool with it.
I think a lot of people would go with it. Great news. I already brought it up earlier, but it's a nostalgia thing for me anyways. I don't know Kurt. He's never actually said anything on the thing, but it is 100% nostalgia for me. It holds a very special place in my heart, and it will forever. It started the whole Top Rope Renegades conversation, really. It wouldn't exist today if it wasn't for this show. But Battle of the Valley, New Japan Pro Wrestling, has been scheduled for January 11th at the San Jose Civic Center.
Yeah, that is our first. It's debatable to say that was the start of Top Rope Renegades, because can we be truly honest with ourselves and say it kind of started when CM Punk came back at Survivor Series?
kind of started, but the talks of the show, hey, should we
mentioned it randomly, like, yeah, we should talk about it, and then we started watching. We weren't watching every week, I don't think, but we tend to kind of be in a PlayStation call while watching it. No, we were just doing pay-per-views, really, weren't we?
We were just doing pay-per-views.
And then when this match happened, when this card happened, it was like, huh, let's try this. And
wait, you like wrestling as much? Wait, you like wrestling?
Which we were on the same page how much we liked wrestling, but we were because there was a couple nights before New Japan Battle of the Valley where we pulled up. Was that when we? It was the thing that kicked off. Leading to that is what kicked it off. We were like, we're watching this card, and then leading up to that, we were like, all right, let's watch some of this Wrestle Kingdom. Like, let's see what Okada.
Yeah, we were watching a lot of Wrestle Kingdoms leading.
Let's see what Okada is like. Let's see what Ospreay is like. And it was like, I knew who Ospreay was. I hadn't really watched matches, and then it was like, oh, we're definitely watching Okada and Ospreay because we watched the Okada Ospreay matches at Wrestle Kingdom just to see what the hell we're getting ourselves into. And well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are.
They didn't disappoint. That still that flying. What was it at Battle of the Valley? Was that the one where he did the off the ropes back into? Oh, I can't remember.
We're gonna rewatch it before Battle of the Valley.
Okada did like Ospreay bounced off the rope and Okada caught him in his back flip and did like a power bomb or something. I was just
didn't he turn it into a? No, that's Takeshita. I'm thinking it's Takeshita.
Either or. That move there, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Opened a whole new world of wrestling.
Yeah, that's when we really started.
You don't see that shit in WWE. I'm not going to lie. I'm WWE mark through and through, but you don't see that shit in WWE.
That is what really started the... Okay, we need to watch a lot of more. We just need to tune in. Then we'll turn this into a show. If you go back and watch our first episode, it's terrible. We need to do that, by the way. We need to go back and watch our first episode. It was just audio. We didn't do video.
Our top 10 wrestlers.
Well, that was our first video. Our first podcast, per se, if you want to call it This Week in Wrestling. That first episode. Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't good either.
Yeah, we've really changed how we do things with the video. Video changed everything.
We should do a watch along of our first episode and go, oh god,
what the fuck are you talking about there? Okay, I don't know. What are you talking
about? It's nowhere near as fluid as we currently are. We're like a well-oiled machine.
To a point, we are. Yes.
At least we've actually made it like 3 or 4 weeks in a row at the right time. So,
yeah.
Sundays have been way better. Thursdays would have continued to be a battle.
That was tough. Thank God we moved to Sundays because, whew.
Yeah, Lexus Kane on Twitter, Brian Pillman Jr. As not as Lexus Kane, but just as the Kane as he is on Twitter. But Brian Pillman Jr. This is all I ever wanted, and this is basically the recognition that Brian Pillman's been getting. Would your father be like this? Go make your father proud. That kind of stuff. The storylines involved his father for the last few weeks. This is all I ever wanted. My goal from day one in wrestling has always been to bring enough attention to the Pillman name to remind us all of this legendary performer, and he's not wrong, absolutely legendary, so that he could take his rightful spot in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they haven't done any announcements for the Hall of Fame yet. I'm intrigued.
No.
When Kyle comes on, we'll also have that conversation of, is Cena going in the Hall of Fame now, or do we wait?
I think you got to.
Because it is his
conversation. I think you got to.
It'll be his final WrestleMania, so we're saying. So, I mean, do you do it, or you let him do the year run, and then you do it at the next WrestleMania?
I think you do it. But we'll have a whole conversation about that.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Brian Pillman, extremely polarizing character, but nonetheless, in his short period of time in the wrestling industry, made a mark. He touched so many people with his genuinosity, genuineness. Let's just go with that. Anyways, nonetheless, yes, he does belong to Hall of Fame. I'm a huge Lexus Kane supporter just because I want to see him touch into that. I'm interested in his storyline right now because it's a little weird. I think there's something up. I don't think he's just a good guy all of a sudden. I don't know.
I think he was that much of a polarizing heel that people are thinking it's a ruse. Something's up. I don't know. It's very interesting.
No, that's I want to see nothing but good for Brian Pillman Jr. because just because the history of his father and everything. We already touched on it. Kevin Owens going to AEW. Done deal. Done deal. It's happening. Kurt Meltzer. Kurt Meltzer. Because he does the ratings, so I call him Kurt Meltzer now. Dave Meltzer, Wrestle Dream, star ratings came out. Just wait. Kurt Meltzer was late on this, so I got it somewhere here. Okay. Do you have them there in front of you?
No, but I can easily go like this.
Okay. Kurt Meltzer's got to give you the numbers, and then I gotta chime in afterwards.
Oh, you want the
go through the card.
The ratings?
Star ratings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Kurt Meltzer's going to give you the ratings.
Stop saying that.
All right, sorry, Kurt Meltzer. Kurt. Fuck, now we're going to not be able to say it. Fuck. Dave Meltzer's ratings.
Shut up. You're acting like RK Alvarez over there. All right, you want to go through the pre-show or we just do a main card?
Main card, please.
Jay White defeated Adam Page. Meltzer gave that a 4-star. Agreed?
Yeah.
I think it was more than that. I think it was, whatever. Yeah. Mariah May defeated Willow Nightingale. That was a 3 3/4 star.
Yeah.
Jack Perry defeated Shibata in a 3 1/4 star. Didn't watch it. Takeshita defeated Ospreay and Ricochet in a 5.5 star. That's the one I'm sure we're going to stop on for a second. I didn't think it was. I would have been okay with a 5.
I would have been okay with a 5, but I don't even think it's really a 5.
4.75 maybe.
Dud. 4.75 on that ending alone.
Yeah, so there's that. Hologram defeated the Beast Mortos in a 2 out of 1 falls match or 2 out of 3 falls match. He gave that 4 1/4. Darby Allin defeated Brody King in a 4.5 star. The Young Bucks, he gave it 4.5.
What?
Darby Allin defeated Brody King and he gave it 4.5.
Okay, sure.
The Young Bucks defeated Private Party in a 4.5 star.
That's light for Dave Meltzer with the Young Bucks.
Mark Briscoe defeated Chris Jericho in what was also a 4 1/4.
Okay.
And then the main event, John Moxley defeating Bryan Danielson, was 4 3/4.
Sure. All right, so it's official. Wrestle Dream has higher rated matches than Kurt Angle's entire career.
Yeah, well, I'm not diving into that. I can't sit here and genuinely dive into that.
Can you honestly sit there? Wrestle Dream was not that fucking good.
No, it wasn't.
Did we just not give it a fair shot?
Maybe not. I think we did, though. I enjoyed the triple threat match. The ending did suck. I agree with that.
The ending takes away from a 5-star, 100%. A 5-star match to me, start to finish, perfect.
We may have done this before, but I have it pulled up right here. Do you know what the first ever 5-star rating match was? Probably don't.
Something in fucking New Japan in the 90s?
Nope.
80s? Oh, probably something in like fucking no, it's later then, right?
It was April 7th, 1982.
Oh, it's probably in like NWA or some shit.
CWF promotion. Ric Flair versus Butch Reed.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to scroll real quick. The first New Japan Pro Wrestling one was in March 20th. And then you have quite a few JCP, a lot of territory ones here. AJW was Japanese. WCW, Ric Flair. Well, Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat got one.
Oh, dude, that match. Have you ever seen that match? I know what he's talking about.
Well, here's the thing. They did 4 matches over the course of February 20th to May 7th, and all 4 of them got 5. One of them got 6.
Yeah, dude, those matches are probably some of the best matches of the territory years.
I'm just scrolling to see when the first WWE. Okay, here it is. WWF. The first 5-star WWF match was
Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker.
Nope. March 20th, 1994.
Bret Hart.
WrestleMania 10.
Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon.
There it is. Attaboy.
Yeah.
The next one was at SummerSlam in WWF, August 29, 1994. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart.
Can you let me guess these? You just ruined
Oh, sorry. I'll let you guess this next one here. WrestleMania 13, March 23rd, 1997. WWF.
WrestleMania 13, 1997.
Yep. This is a big match. This is
Bret Hart versus Stone Cold.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have to go back to the stream. Make sure you're not on your phone. You're killing it, by the way. Good job. Keep it up.
Not on my phone. Give me a fucking break. These are
I can't see.
Actually,
okay, you're right. October 5th, 1997. In Your House 18. Bad Blood. WWF.
Oh, that's Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker.
Yes, it is. You are correct.
Hell in the Cell. Very first Hell in the Cell match.
So no more in the 1900s. We get to the
2000s. They only had one.
No, they didn't. I have none.
They had more
here.
No, they had one in the 2000s.
No, they didn't. According to this Wikipedia
no
article.
Kurt Angle matches in the 2000s got a 5-star rating.
No, sir.
Oh, that's right.
Sir.
Kurt Angle never got a 5-star rating, but Ospreay 42 million of them.
Let's see if you can guess this. A couple of these real quick. October 16th, 2004. This is a Ring of Honor match. The event I can't give you because it'll give away who the two competitors are. But it was their second meeting in Ring of Honor.
CM Punk.
Yes.
I know this. It's CM Punk and because CM Punk got one in the 2000s, and this was it. CM Punk versus. It wasn't Samoa Joe, was it? No, it was Samoa Joe. Okay.
Yep, I'll give you that one. I think we watched this match September 11th, 2005.
Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus who's the third guy?
Unbreakable TNA.
Oh, Chris Daniels.
Hey, look at you. Go crazy. Good job. This one you should know very quickly. I may not even read the event just to give you time. July 17th, 2011 in WWE.
CM Punk versus John Cena.
Yeah, Money in the Bank. And then we get to a lot of New Japan shows here. A lot.
And there's a point where Dave Meltzer's mind broke and he just started, I don't know what to rate matches anymore. And they said that he broke Dave Meltzer's scale.
I'm just doing WWE ones right now. But actually, you know what, real quick, let's see if we can get this New Japan one. Wrestle Kingdom 12, January 4th, 2018.
2018, that would be.
And I will give you a hint. It is not Okada or Ospreay.
Okay. Oh wait, was that Kenny Omega versus?
Yes.
Kenny Omega versus. Was it Naito?
Nope.
Kenny Omega versus. I'm trying to think. Wrestle Kingdom 12, you said?
Yes. 2018.
2018. Wasn't Jericho. Was it Jericho?
Yes, sir. It was Jericho.
Okay.
Was
it?
Yep.
Oh shit! Yes, it was Jericho. It's what he did the
Painmaker.
Painmaker.
Back to WWE. This is NXT Takeover Philadelphia, January 27th, 2018.
That was Alpha Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT Takeover Philadelphia, WWE. This is January 27th, 2018.
This is the ladder match?
Nope.
Adam Cole versus.
Nope.
Oh. Is it Tommaso Ciampa?
Nope.
Okay, one more try. Is it the Malachi Black?
I'll give you one name. Andrade Cien Almas. versus.
Fuck, we watched this match.
Banger match.
Johnny Gargano.
There he is. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Have we not watched this match? Maybe we need to go find it. March 25th, 2018, Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks.
No, we haven't watched that.
New Japan Pro Wrestling Sakura Genesis.
You and I haven't watched any Golden Lovers matches, actually.
That was actually Strong Style Evolved. There was another 5-star match on April 1st, which was Ospreay versus Marty Skrull. That's Sakura Genesis. All right, here you go. NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
That's Adam Cole versus...
No. Well, he's in this, yes.
Oh, is it it's the ladder match?
It's the ladder match, and there was another match on that night. I got a 5-star.
Fuck.
It was the biggest.
Adam Cole wasn't a 5-star match in NXT, wasn't he? Wasn't he in that 2 out of 3 falls match?
Yeah, that's coming up, I think.
Against Johnny Gargano, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's got to be a 5-star match.
It was 5.5, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's the one I keep coming to. On that card, I don't remember. That was one of the first ones you made me watch with.
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was after the split of Gargano and Ciampa. That was the main event.
Good match. Actually. Good match.
There's another random WWE one. I'm not gonna have you guess because you.
I'm sorry. The greatest NXT match of all time, because I keep going to it, is that 2 out of 3 falls match between Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano. That match is so fucking good.
Just a random NXT. Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed Era is a 5-star match. That's Trent Seven and Tyler Bate versus Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy Strong. Fuck it, we'll keep this going. NXT TakeOver New York.
Kevin Owens?
No, come on. It's. I think this is one you've already talked about. Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano.
Is this it?
5.5, but then I'm just spoiling it obviously here, but they have another one, NXT TakeOver 25, the 25th anniversary.
Match I'm thinking of at New York was in New York. It was NXT Brooklyn was Kevin Owens and Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Anyways, nonetheless.
Gargano and Adam Cole did it again on June 1st, 2019. I don't know if that was the 2 out of 3 falls match. I think the other one, the Brooklyn one, the New York one was. Here's the first ever AEW 5-star match. It was at Double or Nothing on May 25th, 2019.
Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes.
Yes, sir. That was a fucking good match.
Yeah.
What a match. Scrolling through here. That one.
Oh, by the way, people, legit, we did not talk about this beforehand. I am literally just thinking of we've watched so much fucking wrestling.
This is cool. I like that we're doing this. We're just throwing this in here. This is a new segment we're debuting. Kurt reads 5-star ratings and see if RK can guess them. Let's see if you can get this one. NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. It was on August 31st, 2019. The NXT UK.
Does it involve Gunther?
Yeah, Walter at the time, but yep.
Walter versus Neville?
Nope.
Walter versus Butch?
Nope. Close.
Okay, then I got nothing.
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate?
Yep.
Okay.
Here's the next AEW 5-star match. You're going to know this one very quickly. August 31st, 2019 at All Out.
I am going to know really quickly because I don't. Is it the cage match?
Yeah, it's the cage match.
Yeah.
Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
We're in the 2020s now. With AEW getting quite a few, obviously. We saw that coming, didn't we? Here we go. A 6-star match.
It was probably right around that time when Dave Meltzer bought his 3% of the company.
Yeah, maybe. February 29th, 2020. We were not watching. We haven't watched this match. Maybe we could. We'll see. AEW Revolution. It was a 6-star match. It was a tag team match. Honestly, you're probably not going to guess this one. You can probably guess one of the tag teams in it, though, if it was a 6-star match.
The Bucks.
Yeah, they took on Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page.
Oh, we never watched that match.
And then there was a random Dynamite that had a 5-star match, which was the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent versus Santana and Ortiz. You might get this one. I think we watched this match. New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 30, Night 5. It was a 5-star match, September 27th, 2020. It was New Japan Pro Wrestling.
G1 Climax. That was Ospreay.
Yep.
It wasn't the championship match.
Nope.
Was it? No. Was that Ospreay Okada?
Nope.
No. Okada was champion at the time. Because this was Ospreay getting from the juniors to the main card.
These two put on quite a few bangers against each other.
No, this was after Ospreay was on the main card, actually.
Ospreay put on bangers with this guy that isn't Okada or Omega.
Naito?
Nope.
I always want to go to Naito. Naito even have any 5-star matches?
Yes, he does. I see one right there.
I want to say Ricochet, but it wasn't Ricochet.
No.
Ricochet was in WWE in 2020.
This is a Japanese wrestler.
Oh, is it a legend?
Some would consider him. He will be a legend.
He will be a legend, but he's not.
He is probably. He's a big
older
deal.
Or younger.
He's older-ish. He's not. He's not Minoru Suzuki old.
Is it Takagi?
Yep.
Okay.
Shingo versus Will Ospreay. AEW Full Gear. No, we didn't watch that one. That was the Young Bucks versus FTR. Here we go. New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15 night 1. There are 2 matches that took place that night that got over 5 or over. Night 1.
Ospreay Okada.
Yep.
Omega and
nope.
Oh, Naito.
Yep.
Naito and
he is nope. He is a Japanese wrestler though.
Tanahashi.
Nope. His name has came up in this episode actually. I'll just say you're going to get it when I say this. You were on track with Kenny Omega.
Oh, Ibushi.
Yep. Kota Ibushi. Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 2 had 2 more 5-star matches. I'll just give you those. Shingo Takagi, Jeff Cobb, Kota Ibushi versus Jay White. I have not watched this match. Maybe this is one we go watch. This was Dynamite. An episode of Dynamite. New Year's Smash Night 1 on January 6, 2021.
I have no idea.
Kenny Omega versus Rey Fenix.
Ooh.
Let's find it.
Enticing, actually.
Let's find another few. I'm not going through all.
Do you have access to HBO Max? Can we go back and watch old Dynamites on HBO Max?
I don't think they're up yet, but yeah, I do have HBO Max.
We're gonna have to go watch AW when it was good.
Yeah, no shit. Maybe
that's what we do. Oh, dog! Until AW gets good again, maybe we go back and watch random Dynamites and fucking review those.
There we go. Let's find one here. How about NXT TakeOver 36. This was a 5.25 star match. It was
what year?
August 22nd, 2021. If I can give you a hint just to help, they're both non-North American wrestlers.
That doesn't help. Oh, Shinsuke?
Nope.
No, he was on main roster by then.
No Japanese wrestlers.
Gunther?
Yep.
Neville?
Nope. Neville was in AEW at the time.
Was he? Is he been in that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was a 5-star match on April 14th, 2021.
Is it Malachi?
No, sir. He was in AEW.
Oh, shit. That's right. It's not Tyler Bate again, is it?
No, sir.
Yeah.
If you want a hint, I'll give you one. Nope. If you want a hint, I'll give you one.
Okay, give me a hint.
I'm trying to think of a hint that didn't give away easily, but it probably will. He was in NXT last year, got called up. It's gonna give it away.
No, it's not.
He got
non-North American.
Right. He's foreign. He's European.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's dude who just got his fucking leg broke.
Yeah, Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov. Yeah, we've seen that match actually.
Yeah. Let's keep on going here. 5.75, 5 3/4, whatever you want to call it. Wrestle Kingdom 16, Night 2, January 5th, 2022.
Doesn't involve any of the big three.
Yep.
Kenny Omega.
Nope.
Okay, then it's Ospreay versus Okada.
Yep. Hey, here's a random AEW Dynamite. It was Beach Break. It's a 5-star match. January 26, 2022.
Omega?
No. So none of the big.
See, as you can tell, people, and honestly, when we got off on this tangent, I don't know how we did, but I'm loving it. This is actually what me and Kurt do when we're not on the podcast. We just randomly get on a topic of something and we just end up going, holy fuck, it's like 2 a.m. We're still talking about nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Now you guys are just getting to hear it live, which I don't care. I mean,
and keep going. But for those listening, if you hear one of these matches that sound intriguing, go watch them. That's how we really got into this.
These are literally how we find our matches, is looking at Dave Meltzer's 5-star rating.
We shit on Dave Meltzer, but normally his 5-star matches, 9 times out of 10, they're good matches. Yeah. I'll give this one to you because it might
unless they involve Zack Sabre Jr.
I'll give you a hint on this one. This may have been his final match in AEW or roundabouts. Yeah, this Cody has to Rhodes. Be. Yep. I'm gonna give you this one because you probably may not guess it. Actually, I'll give you a hint to make you guess it. He's been suspended and he likes to injure people, but he's actually really athletic and he's decent.
Guevara?
Yeah, Sammy Guevara.
Is that a 5-star match?
Yep, on a Dynamite called Beach Break.
We have to look for that. Honestly, once that shit's on HBO Max, I'm not even kidding. We go back watch some classic Dynamite episodes.
This one may be pretty easy for you. WWE Hell in a Cell, June 5th, 2022.
Hell in a Cell, June 5th, 2022. That's Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Yes, sir. It is.
As you can tell, I am way more on top of WWE than AEW.
Here's a random Dynamite for you. I'm just going to give you this one because this will be a tough one to guess. I'm not going to lie. Random Dynamite got a 5-star. The United Empires, Ospreay, Fletcher, and Mark Davis took on Death Triangle, Pac, Penta, and Rey Fenix.
I've heard about this match, actually. Because this is what they were hyping when Penta came back with Phoenix and
Pac.
This is what they were, before all the shit went down with the Lucha Bros. This is what they were hinting towards happening again. With Ospreay. But yeah, I've heard about that match. It's supposed to be really fucking good.
Clash at the Castle from September 3rd, 2022. It's obviously a WWE event.
I didn't watch this Clash at the Castle. This was
banger.
Give me something.
Banger.
After Banner.
Yep.
After Banner.
Yep.
Sheamus versus Gunther?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna throw these two to you. I'm not gonna let you have you guess these ones, but these are two we maybe go look for. Triple Mania XXX. Rey Fenix versus Vikingo. Vikingo also had a 5-star match. It just says Show Center. I wonder if that was a house match, but it was against Laredo Kid as well. Let's keep on rolling here. Wrestle Kingdom 17, Night 1. This was a 6.25, 6 1/4.
One of the big three in it?
Well, it's both of them, 2 of the big 3.
Was it Ospreay
January 4th? No.
Was it Ospreay? Was it Omega versus Okada?
Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega.
Shit. Was this the one? Was this like the 60-minute match? This was the really long one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got a random Dynamite one. Death Triangle, Penta, Pac, and Rey. Phoenix versus the Elite. Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson on a Dynamite.
You got to find that match.
AEW Revolution had 2 5-star matches on March 5th, 2023. One of these matches was an Iron Man match.
I feel like I watched this.
It's a very big deal match. That made people shut up, truly, about one of the competitors.
MJF
Yep.
versus Bryan Danielson?
Yep, that was the mask. The other one I'll give you, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. This match, I think I mentioned earlier, actually. This was on a random Dynamite. It was a 5-star match. It was Kenny Omega versus Vikingo. So that
yes, yeah, I've never seen. We gotta. I'll say it again. We're going back, watch some classic Dynamites, people.
WrestleMania 39, night 1 and night 2.
39.
WrestleMania 39, night 1. This was the main event of night 1. So if you remember, I just gave it away. But if your brain's not working 100% to think about it, and maybe I didn't. But it was a fucking great match.
39?
Yep.
That was Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
No. That was 40.
No, not Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
Cody Rhodes was not involved.
Yeah, no.
WrestleMania 39 main event night 2 was Cody losing to Roman. Just so maybe that helps.
Night 1 was Seth Rollins.
Nope.
Fuck, why am I blanking on WrestleMania 30? We've done this for too long now. We must end after this.
It was a tag team match.
Still not helping. 39?
Yep. The undisputed tag team titles were on the line.
Still not helping.
The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Why don't I remember that match?
Yeah, there was another 5-star match that night, night 2, which was Gunther, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus.
That match was a banner. Why don't I remember night 1? Did I not watch night 1?
I don't know. Let me just.
I really don't remember that tag team match. I honestly don't.
Let me just try and give you a couple random ones that you get quickly before we wrap this up. A TNA Impact taping was a 5.5-star match. We watched this on January 18th, 2024.
Ospreay and Josh Alexander.
Yep. Rev Pro High Stakes 6-star match, February 18th, 2024.
Oku and Ospreay.
Yep. Backlash France 5-star match.
Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles.
Yeah, look at you. We're going crazy here. Forbidden Door 5.5-star match. It was the main event, June 30th, 2024. Yep.
Ospreay versus who did he fight at Forbidden Door? Holy shit.
Swerve.
Was it Swerve?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this one.
How's that a Forbidden Door match when you really think about it, though?
It wasn't because they were with AEW, but whatever. This one you get quickly. This was Dynamite episode 250, 5.75 star. It was July 17th, 2024. 5.75. A televised match that got 5.75.
Oh. Why would you give this away on TV? Fucking
yeah.
Ospreay versus
Yep.
Why am I blanking on this fucking name right now? You know I know.
Yeah. Then they had another 5-star match at All In, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, it was Ospreay MJF.
There you go.
Thank you. I was like, why am I spacing on the fucking second name? Yeah, because why would you give this away on free TV? And it was the one where MJF beat him with like fucking seconds left.
Yeah. And then obviously the most recent one we just spoke on was Wrestle Dreams 5.5. But if I can give you no hints, you'll probably guess this one too. What was the most recent 5-star WWE match?
Most recent 5-star WWE match?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
No. What? No.
Most recent? Oh, I'm fucking stupid. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Yes. And then obviously I think you know the answer to this. What is the wrestler with the most 5 or higher star matches?
Fuck, he has 4 this year alone. It's Ospreay.
Yeah. Can you guess what Ospreay's highest rated match is, though?
7 stars.
Nope.
7.5.
Nope.
No,
Lower.
actually, Kenny Omega's the one that holds the highest star rating in a match.
It's actually tied. Kenny is tied
with
Okada.
Yeah, for 7.
Yep.
7. Ospreay's highest rated match is 6.5.
Yep, 6.5.
6.25? 6.5.
6.5. Yep. Yeah, so it's Ospreay has.
Honestly, Ospreay and Okada are tied for the highest because they're both in the fucking match.
You mean Okada and Omega?
Okada and Omega, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I meant.
Oh, this is an interesting graph. Holy shit. This just shows.
Only one guy can have a 7-star match.
Dude, this just shows the fucking bias. Bright and in living color right now. Promotions with the most 5 or higher.
You want to talk about bias? I bet you Vikino never sees another 5-star match in his career.
Promotions with the most 5 or higher star matches. New Japan Pro Wrestling has 98 of them.
Yeah.
All Japan Pro Wrestling has 37 of them.
Oh.
All Elite Wrestling has 36. WWF, WWE has 20.
Yeah.
TNA has 3. Rev Pro has 5. Ring of Honor has 7. WCW has 7. Jim Crockett Promotions has 5. Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That's stupid. I'm sorry. And then the wrestlers with the most by nationality, Japanese wrestlers have 105 5-star matches. Second place, the United States with 85, Mexico with 20, Canada with 17, and United Kingdom has 11. And I'm pretty sure all 11 of those are Will Ospreay.
Probably.
We just went on way too long.
Goku's British.
Yeah, but he had those matches with who?
Oh, yeah, Ospreay.
Yeah. We did go on way too long with that. So if you have any other big news, go ahead and hit it. If not, we probably should get into it.
I was done with news. But honestly, like I said there before we got to this point, this is why me and Kurt are doing this, is because we literally will just talk about stupid shit like that for hours.
Yep, that's it right there. That's literally how this thing got rolling. Just going through a list of, let's watch this match. Apparently it's got a good rating, and we watch it and we're like, holy shit, good match.
Honestly, everything we just rattled off there, anybody listening to this, make that list, watch all those matches, you will not be disappointed.
Very true. If I recommend, and I've probably said this before on the show, we've been doing it for 26 episodes now. If there's one match I can recommend to get people into pro wrestling and watch a really good match, it was the 6-way ladder match at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. That match went absolutely crazy. But obviously go watch Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, or Ospreay Okada.
Watch
bangers.
If you want my opinion on what to watch, go watch Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
If you want to see a perfect match, start to finish, story, in-ring work, craziness shit happening, everything comes together. Honestly, if Dave Meltzer merited his matches more on just technical skill, Shawn Michaels Undertaker is even higher in star rating. That match is one of the most perfect matches around.
I'm done dwelling on it, but if you want to go through him not giving 5-star matches, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels went back-to-back WrestleManias and put on, in my opinion, 5-star matches.
Yep.
But they weren't given them by Meltzer. But those are 2 fantastic matches. And if you wanted to watch a more recent one, go watch Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood. That's a great story match right there.
100%. Everything comes together. And if Meltzer rated his matches on more than in-ring work, there'd be a lot more WWE matches on there because
of the story.
Some of their matches aren't the great most technically, but when you add the story into it, it just brings the level of emotion to the match that elevates it to being a top-tier match.
Well, we went off topic there, but that was fun. It was pretty cool. And as you can see, RK actually knows his shit because we've watched a lot of that shit.
When it comes to WWE, I do know quite a bit. AEW is a little bit sketchy. New Japan, we watched a lot of it.
And with New Japan, you can guess. And let me rephrase. I went through and I skipped a lot of New Japan. There's a lot of New Japan 5-star matches. But with that being said, as you can see, we're going to dive into... Going to dive into our weekly wrestling recaps. Before we get into that, we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we will knock out the results. Normally goes quicker with the results because everything's 2 hours and we don't talk about AEW right now. So we'll be right back in just a second. And we are back with the Top Rope Renegades here on YouTube. I'm Kurt, that's RK. Thank you for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the first part of the show where we turned into an impromptu guess the 5-star ratings segment with RK, seeing if he knew his 5-star matches, and I'd say he did pretty well. Killed it with WWE. Once the AEW ones kind of rolled around, it was, the pay-per-view ones. It's kind of hard to guess those random Dynamite one-off ones from when we weren't watching Dynamite. Actually, yeah, we've only watched Dynamite when they did have the only 5-star Dynamite match we watched was MJF versus Ospreay. So, yeah.
I somehow feel like that Ospreay Ricochet match was high rated.
It wasn't a 5. It wasn't on the list because they had the most recent Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita one on that list. So,
okay.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into Monday night.
Dave must have taken a day off.
Yeah, he was watching New Japan probably. Monday Night Raw from October 14th. We kick things off with Rhea Ripley calling out Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, but instead she gets Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton had been sent to Monday Night Raw by Nia Jax following what happened on SmackDown the Friday before. Stratton carried a message from Nia saying, stay out of their business, otherwise she would have a big problem. Rhea Ripley snapped out at Stratton, but Morgan and Rodriguez came from behind and took them out. Opening with Rhea Ripley, still building this build up to, I assume, will be after Crown Jewel. We're going to get Ripley and Morgan still. I read reports that maybe they drag Rhea and Liv out till Mania. I don't see that happening. But
no, don't do that. This story is already starting to get stale.
A little bit. I think you ended after Crown Jewel, which would be Survivor Series. I think
once you lost the Damian Balor angle with it, it lost a bit of steam. Nothing against Rhea or Liv. They're killing it. It's just the story is dragging a bit. They got to get to a conclusion here at some point soon.
Yep. So we get backstage where Rhea is telling Adam Pearce she wants to face Morgan and Rodriguez tonight. Pearce said it's official, but you have to find a partner. Stratton came up whining about what just happened. So this was so good. Adam goes, there's your partner. So Ripley says, whatever. Tiffany Stratton saying, what was that? And Pearce saying, you'll figure it out. This was good, as RK said. What'd you think?
So good. The pause from Pearce looking at Tiffany with just the most dumbfounded look on his face, just like,
she's just going off. And Tiffany does her
so fucking role. Good. Adam Pearce killed it in that role.
Tiffany does her role.
Rhea was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, everybody's facial expressions minus Tiffany, because Tiffany does perfect in her role of being the whiny heel version of herself as she is. No, it was really good. Up next, we have we are shown NXT's Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, who are in the crowd, preparing to watch the next match, which is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair defending against Damage Control. Jade Cargill and Bianca retain because Jakara and Lash attacked Io, leading to Bianca, who didn't see the interference, to take advantage and hit Io with the KOD for the win. What did you think of the opening match to Monday Night Raw?
Cargill is slowly getting back into my good graces. And that's nothing. That's not even her problem. That's WWE is booking her better now. How they're flowing her through the matches. Overall, this match was great. I felt it could have gone longer and been even better. These four women were killing it. Everything was meshing good. Kairi Sane has always been hit or miss, but lately Kairi Sane in the last 3 months has been on point. Io Sky is just a lovable person. She never fully fit into that heel role. As a babyface, she's fantastic. Everything's going great. If Io and Kairi don't win the tag titles, it's a travesty.
Agreed. I think they should be the ones to take the titles off of them. Yeah, let's keep rolling here with Adam Pearce being backstage and told Finn Balor and JD McDonough that they were done with their Damian Priest issue and it was time to focus on defending your World Tag Team titles. He's starting a tournament tonight to determine who will face them for the tag titles. Liv Morgan introduces all the members of Judgment Day to Rodriguez, and they really weren't feeling it except for Carlito, who was mouth gaping wide open and dropped his apple on the floor because I think that's a fair reaction to Raquel Rodriguez. What do you think?
Yes, it is. That's my Mexican mommy there. So, that's Carlito's hilarious, man. Finn Balor's killing it. He just looked annoyed that Liv Morgan was introducing Raquel Rodriguez and left, and JD's like, "Oh no, don't worry about it." But
Carlito's
Finn Balor, they're building something here. Finn Balor is going to be a very prominent. I think singles wise, I think the tag team titles need to get off the Judgment Day. Judgment Day is pretty much. I don't see them lasting as they currently are. Honestly, I saw a really good fan theory, and I kind of was it. I'm like, do you want to see Dom pull off the most a triple heel turn and dump Liv for Raquel?
Yeah, I've been seeing that stuff. It's funny. He can do it.
Triple heel. The triple.
He can do it.
The heel heat would be astronomical.
It's different though because Liv is full heel, whereas Rhea was heel, but she wasn't. Like
it's another heel move on top of already being a heel, which was already on top of being a heel.
We get a
honestly, I don't think Dom can ever come back from heel land ever.
No, he's done for. I think it'd be very tough. He's got to like save his father's life or something. That's about it.
It's yeah.
Up next, we get a fantastic vignette with American-made Chad Gable, Ivan Nile, Bruce Creed, and Julius Creed. It's a vignette about
America. Fuck yeah! Like seriously, why is that not over these at the end? It's like America. Fuck yeah!
Netflix coming soon. It's a vignette saying how great they are and how they're sick of everybody in this country looking for handouts.
Wow.
I mean,
they went there. Is WWE conservative?
Linda McMahon was on Donald Trump's cabinet.
I know.
So I think the answer you're looking for here is probably Braun Breaker's featured discussing
anybody
why
who likes making money is conservative. That's just a fact. Anyways, nonetheless.
Braun Breaker is
you like being poor and collecting your handouts. Sure, have at her. Liberal all the way.
Braun Breaker featured in a long vignette discussing why he attacked Jey Uso and saying he's coming back for his WWE Intercontinental Championship. Congratulations, RK.
What? Say that again?
Congratulations, RK. You got what you wanted.
Thank you.
Heel Braun Breaker. We get a vignette that kind of made me go, whoa, this is different. Adam Pearce sitting down at looks like, I don't know where they were, a hotel, a house, something, with Bronson Reed.
He's like they're on like a balcony of a restaurant or something.
It was weird. Basically says there will be no consequences as long as Bronson gets a match with Seth Rollins. Pearce just wants Bronson Reed's word to not continue the path he's been on. He just wants a match with Seth. And we'll see where that leads to on Monday Night Raw coming up next week. World Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match: Alpha Academy versus the return of the the War Raiders. Eric and Ivar are back under the War Raiders gimmick name, and we are very happy for it. Of course, they're going to pick up the win over Alpha Academy here. Great to see them back in action. What'd you think?
I mean, it was a quick match, which is kind of what you would want for such a dominating tag team to come back. War Raiders, Viking Raiders, the Raiders, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Eric and Ivar have been sorely missed in the tag team division. Ivar does things big men should never do, and he does them beautifully. And Eric is just deceptively a monster.
Yep.
Just beast mode. Portazawa, he got absolutely murdered. Quick match, 2 minutes 24 It's great, awesome. Exactly what. There's always going to be a place in the WWE for a team like the War Raiders. Let's just put it that way. You can put them in any spot; it's going to work.
Agreed. I just glanced down the list at how Fightful has done this. I didn't take my own notes this week. I apologize. Adam Pearce addresses Seth Rollins backstage. He says Rollins hasn't been healthy for 6 matches.
Adam Pearce is busy tonight, eh?
Yeah. Healthy for 6 matches this year. Rollins says he needs to fight through the pain and show everyone why he is a top dog in the company. He also wants the match with Bronson Reed. There is that. Anything to add with that, or it's pretty self-explanatory?
Seth, WWE needs Seth. They do.
Yep.
They need him there.
And this is why I laughed at Fightful's reporting. They literally have as a bullet point, Cody Rhodes is next. And then the next bullet point, Cody Rhodes comes out. Swear to God. Like, why didn't you just Cody Rhodes comes out? Cody Rhodes came out and to the crowd here in St. Louis. Gunther interrupts him, saying that he respected Cody, but since he wants to be everybody's friends, he's had issues with Kevin Owens. It's true. Cody has been very friendly. Teaming with Roman Reigns has split the seams with Kevin Owens. Gunther says Cody needs to sort out his issues because he wants the best version of Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. Cody says he respects Gunther, but knows that he breaks when his opponents keep coming back. Example being Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Gunther calls Cody a secondary champion. We're bringing that term back. Cody says he's beaten Roman Reigns, the most dominant champion, and other beasts. Wink. They shake hands. Gunther wishes himself luck. No fight.
It's
no
funny that
physicality.
It's funny that they brought up Beast in a segment with Gunther there.
And that's the match that Gunther really wanted leading into WrestleMania before all of the allegations and whatnot.
They wouldn't be dropping hints like that if they didn't have some sort of creative plan in place.
That's what my thinking was. That's what my thinking
also, you missed the part where Cody brought up the fact that St. Louis holds a very special place in his heart. It changed his life forever. That was the first place that the chant "We want Cody."
That is. That's started. Where that was after the press conference in Vegas. Yeah. Holy shit, it was. It seems like so long ago, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. It's just this year, bud.
Braun Breaker, Kofi Kingston match is up next. Braun Breaker is going to pick up the win here in Braun Breaker fashion. But post-match, he attempts to take out Kofi. Xavier Woods tries to save him. Breaker acted like he was running away, but he returned to attack Woods. Everybody saw that one coming. Jey Uso does come out to make the save, and he sent the former WWE Intercontinental Champion packing. We're building to, which is coming, by the way, this Monday night. Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, number 2 for the IC title will be taking place. I'm intrigued to see if they go with Jey still, or if maybe they.
So I was originally thinking that Jey loses to Braun, but I thought the match would be later, like after Crown Jewel or something.
Yeah,
and maybe or not this quick. Having Jey lose it this quick makes Jey look extremely weak.
Yeah,
but if you want to position Jey in a position to get back in the bloodline and not have to deal with anything else, then you got to get the title off him, in my opinion. But to do it this quick seems odd.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem fair to Jey, honestly. But it's not a complete blow to Jey because Braun is just that guy.
Yeah. Tune in to Monday Night Raw. We'll find out. Rhea Ripley backstage.
Kurt was really trying to rush me along through my opinion there, like he didn't give a fuck what I had to say. So continue on. Okay, cool. No, that's it.
I'm trying to turn heel.
Continue on.
Can I ask you a genuine question?
No, you're not allowed to turn heel. That's my job.
Well, no, I was going to ask.
I know.
I was going to ask you a genuine question. Do you think I have it in me to be a heel?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, you're too nice.
I think you're right. Sadly,
you're like
right.
Rey Mysterio.
Whoa, dude. Come on. Give me a better name than that.
A Hall of Famer, a world champion?
I want to be like Randy Orton.
No. Okay.
What about Cody Rhodes? Actually, that makes sense, dude. Because he's nice to everybody and friends with everybody.
Yeah. But he also has a really mean streak.
Yeah. Which is probably coming. Fine, I'll be Rey Mysterio. Hey, booyaka, booyaka. 619.
Zack Ryder?
Woo woo. No. Well, if you're considering it just being Zack Ryder, sure. Matt Cardona, on the other hand, different person.
No, I never said. I said Zack Ryder.
No, because he was a bad. Well, actually, you're right. You might be right, because when Zack Ryder was the bad guy with, was it Heath?
Wasn't.
Or, yeah, he was with Kurt Hawkins when they were the Edgeheads. They were technically heels, but they were the annoying kind of heels. And now I'm kind of offended, and I really don't know how to feel about it. Rhea Ripley is backstage.
Read the fucking shit.
They're going to say read the fine print. Rhea Ripley is backstage for a tag match. Damian Priest approaches her and tells her that he will always have her back, but they both agree that he needs to focus on being a champion again. This is what the reports were, that they're splitting them up. And what do you think? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, well, I think it was even Damian Priest that said that he went to WWE and said that this needs to happen just so Rhea can go be the superstar that she's going to be for the next 20 some odd years in this company. Damian understands that they had their moment, they did their thing, but yeah, this was the split up, and it has to happen. Rhea needs to be on her own and do her own thing.
When it's all said and done, is Rhea the best woman wrestler of all time? The trajectory is there.
The trajectory, yes. Top 5 all time. Top 3.
I'm good. I agree with that.
Probably top 3. Right now, she's top 5 already.
You know what I just realized? We get to ask the fun question.
Are we talking about accolades, or are we just talking about overall impact on the business?
That's two different things right there. And honestly,
it's overall impact on the business. You got like Trish Stratus, Lita.
Yeah, it's opinion. It's really your personal opinion.
Personal opinion, top 5 right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure
I'm top 5 right now. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and probably Natalya.
Okay, was that your top 5 active, like right now?
Period. Top 5
all time.
All time.
Oh wow. Okay. No, I disagree. Then I don't have the same top 5. I'm not saying yours is wrong. I just don't have the same top 5 as yours.
No, mine isn't wrong because my opinion on top 5.
All right, my opinion. I agree. I'll give you Rhea at 5. I agree with that. It's hard for me not to put Trish Stratus in there. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley.
That's 4, and then you said Rhea Ripley. That's 5.
Huh?
So your top 5 isn't much different from my top 5.
Yeah, I just take out your Natalya, and I had Trish Stratus. Yeah. That's a conversation. That's what I was getting into.
Natalya is on there purely because of longevity and the impact on the business she had in the women's division. She's
with Kyle coming on, we get to ask that good old question: Mount Rushmore wrestlers. But I don't like saying Mount Rushmore because that's just weird.
Top 5.
Just top 5, man. And we get to ask him top 5 men's, top 5 women's, and even me and you will come prepared. I have more time to look into my list on the women's side and the men's side. So stay tuned next week with you, Kyle Wells. We did one over the Rhea Ripley part. R-Truth versus The Miz. This is match lasted longer than a minute because Miz got distracted with Karrion Kross appeared with everybody. Miz got rolled up for the 1, 2, 3. Miz went to beat down R-Truth, who tried to give him a hug after the match. Karrion Kross and the Miz, there may be something forming here. What did you think? What do you think?
I hope something's forming. I hope they can get Karrion Kross to a position where he's over as a heel or whatever.
No more light for Kurt.
Karrion Kross actually did an interview recently with Chris Van Vliet.
I meant to watch that. I haven't watched that.
Really good interview. I've actually watched it because I'm a huge Karrion Kross fan. I think he's fantastic. And the people that don't think he's fantastic just don't understand what they're trying to get out of him.
Go watch his NXT run. Go watch the NXT run.
There was one thing he brought up. He's like, going, all the people saying that I should go back to my NXT days and shave my head bald. It's ridiculous to say that because what if I had no hair? What if I had long hair in NXT, then on the main roster I shaved my head bald? Everybody be saying, "Oh, he should go back to his NXTs and grow his hair long." It's all subjective, and I'm just trying to find at the moment something that works and gets over, and we're not there yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
more or less is what he said in the interview. Plus a lot of other stuff. Karen Cross is actually a very interesting person.
Yeah, and he's got a fantastic wife. Love Scarlett. Shout out to Scarlett. I saw her hit a Hurricane Rana on somebody recently. It just came across my Twitter feed. I forget who it was.
She also learned that she can't bend in a certain way.
That tweet was crazy. Jey Uso is backstage.
I do.
Jey Uso enters his locker room where he finds Jimmy Uso waiting for him. Jimmy asks for a minute. Jey stays silent, walks away. We come back from commercial. Jimmy's shown looking for Jey. He finds him, and Jey says, "I said no, and I wanted you to get away. Get out of my face." RK is clapping.
This whole storyline is just the bloodline is forefront again, doing its thing as being one of the most. This got to be one of the longest term storytelling stories in the history of wrestling.
Really. Yeah, man. It's been, what, 4 years?
And it's still going, and they're finding ways to keep it fresh.
Yeah, we'll get into SmackDown, but, man, you're not wrong. It's good shit.
I saw a video today. Somebody cut it. It's like Roman Reigns. It's just stills. He's in the ring talking to Jimmy, and Roman's like, "I miss my chubby face." And Jimmy's like, "You don't have a chubby face." He's like, "Think about it." And then it cuts to a picture of Roman holding Paul Heyman's face, and everyone's like, "Oh."
I've been seeing a lot of stuff. They're like, Roman's not a good guy, and I'm like, interesting. And they're like, they showed a clip of when Roman manipulated and basically gaslighted. I think it was Jimmy or Jay when he was the bad guy, the tribal chief, causing them to change their opinion on things. And on SmackDown, Roman was cutting a very similar promo to gaslight Solo. And Solo just laughed it off and didn't look into it, is what people are saying. And they said, if you also pay attention, Jimmy got his ass beat at the end of SmackDown. We'll get into it. And Roman didn't go check on Jimmy. All he cared about was the Ulafala. So Roman's what you would call, he's a tweener. He's not a full-on babyface. He's over as fuck. But he's not Cody babyface. But he's also not pre-WrestleMania heel Roman Reigns either. It's good shit.
Look, Roman Reigns is great. I'm not even going to get into this conversation right now. I don't think he is whatever it says he is, in my opinion. He's good, but he's not the best.
That's fair. I agree with you. I don't think he's like one of the greatest of all time. Well, that's a different conversation for a different.
See, like, totally, I don't want to get into it because it's a big can of worms to be open.
Yeah, we got to show.
He's not at that level. I'm sorry, he's just not. He's not at the Rock level. He's not at Kurt Angle level. He's not at John Cena level. I'm sorry, he's not.
Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton versus. I don't disagree with you, but you're throwing out those names. And he's not on the level of those names. I agree with you. But he kind of is what he is. It's weird. It's very weird for me. Like, I think he is one of the best. Fuck that. We're not doing this. Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton versus Raquel Rodriguez. Listen, Roman is.
I'm sorry. The best years, the most popular years of Roman's career is he was a part-timer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. Vince McMahon.
He's good. His story is phenomenal. But is he that top dog that grinded it out like Shawn Michaels, like Stone Cold, like The Rock, like all those guys did? No.
Yes. And it was not his fault, if that makes sense. You weren't watching. They booked. You've seen enough, I assume. But the booking of Roman Reigns was so bad, pushing him down the WWE fans' throats. Once they finally figured it out and they let Roman become the heel, because he did grind it out. Don't get it twisted. Even though people were pissed because we're like, we don't want Roman as the babyface, but he was there every week.
Himself into that position of being that position.
He did technically.
A lot of other superstars, a lot of top other. How long did it take him?
Well, he was grinding. Okay, he was there every week. He wasn't not there until he became the tribal chief. That's when the story shifted to him.
And then he decided he could take time off, and now he found his gimmick and he can be a part-timer. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shawn Michaels took his ball and went home, and Vince McMahon begged him to come back.
Different times.
I'm sorry, Roman's not that guy.
We're comparing Roman Reigns to Shawn Michaels. There's no comparison.
There is none.
There is none. I agree with you. There's none. At that time period, Vince needed
all-time
Shawn.
Greatest wrestlers, Roman Reigns doesn't crack that list. Second tier all-time greatest wrestlers, yes, Roman Reigns cracks that list.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I agree with that. And honestly, that top tier list needs to be a sacred list, to be fair. There's a lot of people that are in that second tier right there. That first tier, that's a tough group to be in. Because the question, like, Cody Rhodes isn't in that top group.
No, he's not.
Yet. He could be.
I don't think he ever is.
But he may never be. We'll see. But as of right now, you would say probably, because Jesus Christ, the dude is the big draw, and look at the sales and blah, blah, blah. We are so off topic. We have got to get back on schedule.
No, it's fine. It's not. It's fine we're off topic because we're talking about wrestling. Yeah. No, Cody Rhodes doesn't ever crack that top tier. Roman Reigns never cracks that top tier. Seth Rollins never cracks that top tier.
That top tier that's a tough. I'm just thinking if there's any current wrestlers active that are in that top tier. Which
active? John Cena is technically active and he's in that top tier.
Randy Orton, top tier.
Randy Orton, top tier.
CM Punk.
No. CM Punk.
You wouldn't put him there?
No.
I would, just for how what he did, he fucking shook things up. That's the only way.
He flipped the wrestling world on its head, but if you're talking about
we wasted a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of time wasted there. Ray, obviously, just
Ray. No, I don't put Ray in that top tier.
Wow, really?
No.
That's
Ric
about
Flair,
it.
yes.
He's not active.
No, okay, active. I'm talking about top tier. Okay, active.
Active currently wrestling right now.
John Cena, Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton. He's got 15 titles. Absolutely, 100%. Randy Orton, John Cena. That's about it.
Active. Is there anyone that comes to mind that you think that's up and coming, that has a lot of years left on the tires?
I was just thinking about this on my drive home yesterday from work, and I'm like going, there is no current wrestler that's young that I think has the potential yet to be top tier. I was actually just thinking about this yesterday.
Really? Because there's two that come to mind. And I don't know if he's young. Is Gunther young? I don't know how old Gunther is.
No, Gunther is in top tier.
Okay, well, Braun Breaker, I think, has that potential.
Braun Breaker does have the potential.
I'm talking about who has the potential. I'm not talking about it.
Braun Breaker. If you want to talk potential, honestly, I think Austin Theory has that potential.
Ooh, if they use him right. But Braun Breaker for sure.
Braun Breaker has that potential.
And then it's hard. It's hard to really guess these people's,
But I was thinking about this on my drive home yesterday from work. I was like going, there's nobody currently in the wrestling world that's young. Like back when I was a kid and going, Shawn Michaels is going to be a top tier guy. Stone Cold, a top tier guy. The Rock is a top tier guy. There's nobody right now that stands out on that level in their that's young.
Is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because there's a lot of great wrestlers currently, but there's not those guys that are future, those on that list you're laying out. It's hard to judge. There's a lot of talent in NXT.
And we're just talking WWE. If you want to go top tier right now, active, Kenny Omega's in that list. Will Ospreay's in that list.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else. Okada, maybe. I'm not an Okada fan.
Second tier. Okada's second tier.
All right. Well, let's finish up Monday Night Raw here. Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan ended in just chaos. Nia Jax showed up attacking Raquel. Then Rhea took out Liv. Jax tried to encourage Tiffany Stratton to cash in on Liv Morgan. Dominic Mysterio appeared to save the day and pull his girlfriend to safety. That's how the show ended. Just pure chaos to end the show for Monday Night Raw from St. Louis, which was, by the way, pre-recorded the week prior. But so there were already spoilers and whatnot out there. But what did you think of the ending to Monday Night Raw?
Not good.
Wasn't great. It would have been cool. It would have been a big swerve if Tiffany would have cashed in on him. Liv. 100%. That would have been like, whoa, what are we doing? But
no, this was just weird. I get the idea what they were trying to go for, where Ripley will do anything to get her hands on Liv, but it didn't work. I thought this just was convoluted mess, big mess of a finish. I did not like it.
Well, that was Monday Night Raw. We'll switch gears here over to the NXT. We got to change this graphic, I think, RK, because it's no longer black and gold. It is silver and black. But black and gold will forever be a part of my heart, a special place in my heart. NXT back in
Don't worry. The graphics. So outside of like the main video, the graphics will get updated like once every 6 months. So we're getting close to me updating them again.
This is the NXT back. They are back in the Performance Center, a new look-ish in the Performance Center for NXT. We kick
for the way they were hyping it up, they just changed it from gold to silver.
It looks basically the same. We open things up with Tony D'Angelo celebrating his NXT North American title win. Even though celebration did not last very long, as Obafemi interrupts to reveal that they have their rematch at Halloween Havoc. Obafemi spun the wheel to reveal they will go at it in a tables, ladders, and scares match. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a ladder match. Maybe we'll find more on NXT. But one more time, Obafemi versus Tony D'Angelo. What do you think happens here? We'll get into a predictions video after, of course, NXT on Tuesday. But you think Tony retains, or
yeah,
I would assume so. But Obafemi's a fucking monster.
He retains.
I think Oba needs to go for the big title, the NXT title, or just call his ass up to the main roster and let him wreak havoc. I think he needs a little more time in NXT though, maybe. But he's a problem.
He's good. He's dominant. He's like a better Omos.
Way better Omos. Brian Saxton interviewed Ora Mensa and Lexis King, revealing that their match will be a gentleman's duel match. I'm not going to get into the rules of that, but there's a lot of rules, and
I can't.
Okay. All right. Do it. Here it is.
Breaking any of these rules is the disqualification in a gentleman's duel. Can't strike opponents when they have all 4 points. What? R. They forgot an F. Cool. My writing's not much better. Can't strike opponents when they have all 4 points of contact on the ground. Hence, they're on 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 hands, 2 feet, which would be weird, but it's possible.
All right.
But yeah, so no striking when they're on all 4s. Can't throw someone over the top rope and out to the floor. That one seems weird, but okay. 3 count on a rope break instead of 5. And absolutely no fighting on the floor because you can't throw anybody over the top. These rules suck.
Well, I think the rule is if you go underneath the ring and another person does and chases them, you can't fight over there. It has to be in the ring, settled in the ring, 1-on-1, no fucking around.
Should have just had a fucking Heritage Cup match.
Well, I think it's building toward Lexis King getting into those, but we'll see. Stephanie Vacour is the first match of the night, taking on Ren Sinclair. We were looking forward to this. Ren actually put up a pretty good fight. They made Ren look. They didn't squash Ren, if that makes sense. We knew Stephanie Vacour was going to pick up the win, as she did with her patented package neck breaker. Stephanie didn't win. Debut on NXT TV. First match. Sorry. Ren Sinclair looked pretty good. What'd you think?
Stephanie Vacour makes me love technical wrestling. Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the greatest form of wrestling ever.
My favorite move is when she rolls her opponent over and then just like jumps up and down on her knees and just smashes their head in the ground.
Riley was with it too.
Oh yeah, Riley.
Not Riley. Miles.
Fuck myself up there. Yeah, Miles was like, "Oh shit!" But the match was good.
It was a good match. Ren Sinclair actually shows that she has some value in defeat here. I like Ren. She's actually from where she was like literally 2 months ago to where she's now night and day. She's comedic relief, but she does bring some skill into the ring as well. Picking Stephanie Vacour as your first opponent's weird, but cool. Show your worth, I guess. But nonetheless, Stephanie Vacour is going to be a killer. this was just the start. She looked fantastic in this match. Absolutely fantastic.
Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade come out after to attack Stephanie, and Julia makes the save. Bakura challenges them to a match at Halloween Havoc. NXT champion.
That match is going to be so good.
NXT champion Trick Williams and NXT Women's North American champion Kalani Jordan are together saying, Ava would pick her opponent at Halloween Havoc. Fatal Influence overhears this conversation. That was worded really weird. So basically, Ava's got to pick who Kalani's facing.
Something like that.
Am I missing something? No, I'm not. Anyway, the gentleman's duel match.
Fightful just makes you all fucked up.
Gentleman's duel match. Alexis King defeats Oro Mensah with
dude. Okay, I'll accept the fucked up wording, but I will not accept you skipping entire segments. Carmen Petrovich and Brindley Release and Ashanti the Adonis.
Oh god, yeah, this.
Sean Spears, Brooks Jensen. Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Carmen Petrovic and Brindley Reese are in the back when Ashanti the Adonis comes in to try and make amends. Sean Spears and Brooke Jensen don't approve, and they have to be separated. You know, Petrovic seems interested in the torn up flower.
Yeah. Carmen Petrovic seems to be interested in Ashanti the Adonis.
Because he gives a flower to Brindley. She's all, what the fuck?
It gets torn up, and then she picks it up. Or no, it doesn't get torn up. It gets torn up here in a bit, which we'll get into in just a second. No, it did get torn up right then and there, didn't it?
It did. Got stomped on.
Yeah, it got stomped.
It wasn't torn up, but it got stomped on.
Up next, Lexis King defeats Oro Mensah in the gentleman's duel match with the O'Connor roll bridge roll up. What'd you think of the gentleman's duel match?
Wow, you flew through that. Okay, cool. It was a little longer than Kurt flew through. It was about 10 minutes and 57 seconds long. But okay, we're giving it the AEW treatment. That's cool.
Well, we're gonna get to the AEW treatment in a minute. That ain't nothing. I rolled through it. It was a good match. It just, with the rules you laid out, it was a very interesting.
No, it wasn't a good match. I was just fucking with you.
It was an interesting match. It was good. It was.
I'm not buying this.
The baby face.
I'm not buying this baby face Lexis King. It's weird.
It's interesting. Cedric Alexander, Javon Evans, and Fraxium were speaking backstage before Wesley interrupts them, where Lee told Evans to stay out of his way for the NXT title. Evans said Lee was salty since losing his friends, which led to a heated argument backstage. Also in this, it was kind of hinted, Javon and Cedric, that they still deserved a shot. They may deserve a shot at the NXT tag titles because Fraxium cost them their match against A-Town Down Under, which they totally did. And they're trying to act like they didn't. It was just, remember that? It was A-Town Down Under versus Javon and Cedric, and Fraxium came out, and it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was weird. Anyway. We get a metaphor calling out of Damage Control Sky Pirates. They have it listed as Sky Pirate. That was their tag team name for a match next week on NXT. So the Damage Control of Io Sky and Kairi Sane will be coming back to NXT to have a match with Chikara and Lash. We get a video package showing the return of Nikita Lyons, who is in action next against Lola Vice. And the winner, Nikita Lyons, with a nice Vader bomb. Jada Parker with a bit of a distraction to help out Lola Vice. We had a twerk off kind of in the middle of the ring. It was fantastic. What'd you think of the match?
There was a match here?
Nikita won.
I must have been watching something else. Nikita Lyons, there's something about her. She just
what's oh yeah.
That is. Oh, hey, she won with the Vader bomb actually, so that was fucking cool.
I read that part.
You did? Oh, okay, cool.
No,
the hip attack in the corner. Yeah.
I'm
a Latina. You took your headphones off for that
every time.
So sick of her.
Every time. Every time.
I like this. I honestly, I want to see more Nikita Lyons. I want to see her she's always getting injured. She's been injured a lot over.
Yeah, it sucks.
It seems like she can't get any real momentum, so it feels like she just doesn't have that power to stay. But if she can stay healthy, she's something.
What sucks is right when we started tuning into NXT, there were 2 female wrestlers that I was
saw
big
like
fans
2
of.
matches of Nikita Lyons, and then she got injured.
2 female wrestlers I was really high on. I kept bragging about Nikita Lyons. I'm like, she's got so much potential, and Cora Jade's fantastic. And then what happens when we start watching NXT? Both of them tear their ACL.
Also, if you follow Nikita Lyons on Instagram, she will go live touching grass. So I'm not even kidding. It's her live streams. She's touching grass is what she's streaming.
Touching grass.
Yeah.
Go outside.
She's a big nature person.
Yeah, she's cool. She's good. I agree with you though. I hope she stays healthy, and I hope we get a good run with Nikita and see what she's all about.
But she is for her size. I mean, and I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. She is absolutely gorgeous. She moves really well for a built woman.
Yeah, and someone that also is coming off a torn ACL. So
like, she moves really, like, it's impressive actually how well she moves.
Mm-hmm. We see Ava talking with Stephanie Vacour and Julia in her office. Fatal Influence confront them. Ava booked a tag match between 2 members of Fatal Influence against Vacour and Julia next week, with stipulation being that if Fatal Influence won, they would get a shot at the NXT Women's North American title. The fun part of this was, okay, fine, you face these 2, and the reaction from JC and Jasmine Nix and Fallon were, until Fallon spoke up and said, "Fine, we'll do it."
Yeah, they didn't look happy about that, and I don't blame them.
It's intriguing with the stipulation being that they get a shot at the NXT Women's North American title if they beat Vacour and Julia. I don't see them beating Stephanie Vacour and Julia. Unless Cora Jade... What do you mean, what?
Where did the North American title get involved in?
That was a part of it. I Fightful notes aside, I remember that being a part of it. Because Fatal Influence wanted a shot at the North American title. Ava said, fine, you beat these 2 in a tag match. You can get your shot. One of you can get your shot at the North American title. I remember that. So it's very intriguing. So it makes me believe that, okay, if they're going to win that match, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are going to have to help distract of some sort. But I also don't see Vacour and Julia losing. So it's very interesting. That's a real thing. North American title shot. If Fatal Influence can pick up a win, they get to choose who to face Kalani. It's legit. We'll see on Tuesday.
Heart tells me different.
That it's not a part of it?
I don't remember that part, honestly.
I do.
I might have been distracted by JC James, though, so possible.
Stephanie Vacour was also in the room, so
there's a lot of NXT's fantastic people watching it.
Ridge Holland versus Riley Osborne in a very quick match, but there was a moment, I think RK asked a question, can Riley Osborne go? And then Riley Osborne pulled off a fucking sick, I think it was a standing, was it a moonsault? I don't know.
Shooting star. It was a shooting star, standing shoot. I'm like, okay, yeah, he can. Yeah, Riley Osborne's amazing. I've asked this multiple times because I was just joking. Riley Osborne, we've seen him a couple times now, and he's got skill. It's him, Riley, Duke. Like Duke Hudson, I think has a bright future. They must have wrote him off TV because he must have been on vacation or something because he hasn't been around for a few weeks. Yeah,
Duke. Yeah, he got taken out by Ridge.
I know, but I'm just saying there must have been a reason behind it because he hasn't been around for a while.
Ridge then attempted to take out Riley through the announce table, but it's the return of Andre Chase to make the save. Andre Chase.
I paused.
He did. Clothesline Holland out the ring for an army of refs and security guards separated them. I assume we're probably going to get this match at Halloween Havoc. We'll see that. Tune into NXT. We get Byron Saxton interviewing Tatum Paxley backstage, where Paxley said she never forgot about what Wendy Chu did to her. Jada Parker, Lucien Price, and Bronco Nima interrupt, taking Saxton away, which does not bode well to Tatum Paxley. And she chases him down, and Jada basically saying, baby, I don't play with dolls. And in the background, you do see Wendy Chu watching behind a guardrail. Tatum versus Wendy seems to be a thing coming again. What'd you think?
Or Tatum versus Jada.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
I'm here for it. Tatum's awesome. Jada's grown on me I compared to a few months ago when I just thought she was annoying. Jada's actually a phenomenal fucking wrestler. And Wendy Chu, I like Wendy Chu. It's interesting. Tatum, Wendy, that's going to go on for a bit here. There's a story there.
Up next, Brooks Jensen defeats Ashante the Adonis. What happened here, though, was a bit of a distraction to Ashanti. Carmen Petrovich showed up during the match, dropping a set of those rose petals onto the mat and walking away. Ashanti they lost, and then there was a Twitter exchange where Carmen posted the pictures of her saying, "Do you have your attention now?" or something. And Ashanti commented saying, "I see you." Very interesting. What'd you think?
I loved it when she did that, and it seemed to fire up Adonis for a second, just only to get beat anyways. So, that's hilarious.
It was good shit. It was good shit. Main event time, the NXT Championship #1 contenders triple threat match. A bit of a heart attack situation for your Top Rope Renegades here while watching it. Did I miss something?
We had another Delta vignette.
Oh, we did. I thought that was at the end. Maybe we got it mixed up.
And then is she gonna be called Delta? Because they haven't announced that yet. She's just known as the Lady in Red right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Lexus King leaving the performance center was very, hi guys, hey, how's it going? DM,
yeah,
hey, what's up? What's happening? I'm not done yet. Maybe I try out that Heritage Cup thing, Heritage rules next time to Charlie.
Yeah,
just like,
and then I am spacing.
Very weird, happy Lexus King. I mean, I'm not buying it yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, Luca Crucifino will be facing Obafemi before the Halloween Havoc match as well.
Yep. The family
NXT
wants to soften up Obafemi.
Yeah.
For the
NXT Championship.
Luca Crucifino's decent though, but it's not happening.
No. So yeah, we did have a bit of a heart attack while watching this main event match because the Sportsnet
match was fucking phenomenal.
Great match. The Sportsnet feed fucked up. I was freaking out. We did get to watch the whole match. Ethan Page, Javon Evans, and Wesley, and man, yeah, these three put on a fantastic match. Ethan Page picks up the win over Javon Evans and Wesley, though, in the end. And yeah, the final sequences of this match were fantastic. RK,
the near falls in this. This is how you put on a perfectly nail-biting finish because you're like, fuck. Outside of Javon Evans, who was never winning this match,
right?
Wesley or Ethan Page was kind of out of left field because I honestly thought it was going to be Wesley. But the near falls and everything, and the way they got to this, and then Ethan Page pulling off that last second win, I popped because I'm like, holy shit, this match was good, so good.
You talk about the near falls. The biggest near fall that had me pop was I thought Javon Evans won the match.
Oh, that too.
Yeah,
because even then it was like, holy shit.
Because Javon went and hit his cutter, and then he went hit the top rope move, and I'm like, oh wait, they're actually doing it. And then it was the near fall. And I'm like, oh, this is good. Ethan Page does pick up the win. He pins Javon Evans. After the match, Trick Williams and Ethan Page spin the wheel to find out the stipulation for their NXT Halloween Havoc match. And it just happened to land on Devil's Playground.
Magically fucking stopped at Devil's Playground.
It did. But obviously that was supposed to be that way. But Devil's Playground, I don't know what that match is. I think it's happened before.
I'm pretty sure Ethan Page said, you'll find out.
Yeah, so he did lay out Trick Williams to end the NXT broadcast. So that was NXT, another banger episode, by the way, from NXT. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got nothing else to say other than NXT continues to deliver the best show week in and week out.
Yeah.
Like quality wise, like consistently week to week, there's really not been down for NXT. I think there was like one random show in the last 4 months that have been kind of bleh.
Yeah. All right. AEW Dynamite happened. We did not watch. So here you go for those. I'm gonna just try and run through the matches. If there's little things that I think catch my eye, I will mention them.
Mind you, that let's just get this out of the way now. I've watched the promo. You've watched the promo. And this is why I hate that AEW is, in my opinion, unwatchable at the moments because little moments like this make me go, fuck, I wish I was watching just for that. But we get to see it anyways because social media is great. John Moxley continues to be phenomenal.
That's what I was going
to... That promo he cut, just the title in the bag, the not caring about actually holding the title. It's just we're saving AEW, bringing up the. And I'm all for this. Lean into the criticisms against your company. Lean into them and work them to your advantage. And that's smart business. That's smart wrestling. That's smart story. Moxley bringing up, we have 150 guys collecting fat paychecks and sitting on their asses every week. We're here to change that. Brilliant. Thank you. Yeah. That's smart. And if Tony Khan is leaning into this, or one of their writers figured this out, or if John Moxley is behind all this, whatever's happening, keep with it, because this is the kind of story that you can sink your teeth into. Forget all the negative. There's not a single story in wrestling, people, that hasn't been done before. Who cares if this is very NWO-ish or whatever? You cannot find a single story in wrestling that has not been done before. It's all been done.
Yeah.
This is great. Keep it up. But it's not enough to bring me back yet. Right. But John Moxley continues to be John Moxley. Awesome.
Yep. So that is what kicked off the show. So Moxley basically sum all that up just in a kind of a quick thing. Mox said he hates what AEW has become, and no matter what, the people for AEW work for him now. We talked about Adam Cole's promo, where basically we're going to forget about the fact that he was the devil and he turned on MJF, and MJF is actually the bad guy. Chris Jericho says that Mark Briscoe cheated to beat him at WrestleDream. FTR defeated Brian Keith and Big Bill. The Outrunners showed up. They're a big deal now. The Acclaim get interrupted. Yeah. Who?
No, they lost that Collision to LTI or something.
Yeah. The Acclaim get interrupted by MVP and Shelton Benjamin. MVP gives them their card. Max put the card in his pocket. Bone says he doesn't need him. TBS Championship match. Mercedes Moné defeated Queen Aminata. This I wanted to mention about because I did see this clip on Twitter. We get the Elite backstage, and it comes to mention that it was Kenny Omega's birthday, and they got him a cake.
Was it like covered in guts or some shit?
Yeah, they spill intestines all over the cake.
That's pretty smart.
As it refers to Kenny's injury with his intestines. And at the end of it, Jack Perry looks deep in the camera and says he doesn't care if Kenny Omega dies. Okay.
I did not see that. That's wild, and I like it.
The conglomerate.
That's heel shit.
The conglomeration taking on the Elite. There's a lot of the conglomeration, so real quick, it was Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Rocky Romero versus Okada and the Bucks. It ended in a no contest because Moxley, Yuta, Claudio,
folks,
and
we
Pac.
are plus 18. I do drink on the air.
Claudio, Pac, and Marina Shafir came out and attacked.
Sorry, in the States, plus 21. Jesus, that's weird.
Yeah. Basically, the Elite watch the chaos unfold from Mox, and the crew leave while Babyface gets attacked. They get confronted by Daniel Garcia, Isaiah Cassidy, Marquine, and Garcia says, "I'll always have private parties back." Shelton Benjamin defeats Leo Rush. MVP says they need to finish business with Swerve, and he calls Shelton.
I saw some highlights from that match, and Shelton, for a dude that old, moves really fucking well.
Yeah. Shelton still can move. Swerve Strickland accepts the challenge.
Although, sorry, I'm going to break you up there. It ended up being more or less a squash match on Leo Rush, which is just fucking weird. I get you want to make Shelton look like a big threat towards Swerve, but why do you got to keep squashing talent that's really good? Leo's amazing. Leo's awesome. I don't get it, but I don't watch the show, so I can't complain about it.
Yeah. Shut up, RK. You didn't watch it.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Swerve Strickland accepts the challenge of facing Benjamin anywhere, anytime.
Sorry to all three AEW fans.
It was announced, and we talked about it. Fright Night Dynamite, October 30th, will be Swerve versus
Friday Night Dynamite.
Don Callis.
Swear to God, people are going to tune in on Friday. Going, what the fuck's Dynamite?
Yeah, no shit. Don Callis hosts a press conference. He's now managing Brian Cage. Once Brian Cage and Lance Archer, who looked like a Temu version of Drew McIntyre. If you haven't seen the pictures, go look them up.
I saw.
Yeah. Brian Cage and Lance Archer
we got Drew McIntyre at home, guys.
Yeah. Takeshita, who challenges anyone to defeat him for his title. Kyle Fletcher refuses to explain why he turned on Will. Mariah May asks for a challenge. Anna Jay shows up. There's physicality. Daniels gets slapped. Ricochet says will be in action on Collision. The Blackpool Combat Club is still attacking the Dark Order, Top Flight, and Action Andretti. They run off in a Dodge Ram, Evil Uno, and Action Andretti, blah, blah, blah. They challenge them on Saturday. Main event match was Christian Cage taking on Jay White. Jay White loses to Christian Cage. Kip Sabian distracted the referee while Adam Hangman Page leveled Jay White with a buckshot lariat. Cage gets the 1-2-3 win. That was AEW Dynamite. If you care to watch it, go watch it.
Yeah, there was like 2 things that happened on there that I wanted to see, but I saw them anyways. So honestly, it's almost a better way to absorb AEW material. It's only watch what's good
through social media. Yeah.
Yeah, SmackDown. Yeah.
Just these idiots. 2 nights ago. Oh no, I know. Because that's why I'm like, what the fuck did you write here? They wrote that the best of 7 match between Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade was happening, and that didn't happen. No. Was it supposed to happen?
No.
I don't know if it was announced for that and they moved it. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I didn't think so, though. Anyway. Friday Night SmackDown from October 18th. We get a show opening with a special group of people carrying a special case encased with the WWE.
Man, this title is getting way too much press for a title that's going to not be talked about after Crown Jewel.
Yeah, and it's ugly as fuck. I'm sure it costs a fuck ton of money,
dude. It's got like its side plates are 2 normal size fucking WWE titles.
Yeah. We kick things off with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, the Bloodline. Solo ran down his accomplishments and said that beatdowns would continue unless Roman Reigns comes down to the ring by the night's end and acknowledges him. He's interrupted by Jey Uso. Jey Uso pleads with his little brother. Actually, let's not skip forward. He gets to the ring and Solo just is like, do your thing. Do the yeets. Go do it. Go do it. It was funny to me. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Fine. Jay pleads with his little brother to not break up the family, explaining that he also has issues with Roman and it is okay with Solo trying to take away his power, but he doesn't want the family to suffer. Solo shut down Jay and told him to acknowledge him. Jay said there was a good reason we stayed away from Tama and Tonga and Jacob, and if you keep looking at me like that, I'm going to beat your ass to Jacob Fatu. I popped for that. Before Uso left the ring, he said it would be different the next time he sees you.
Jay's got a set on him, man. Holy shit.
Just, I'm beat your ass. I was like, oh, fuck.
That was, I don't know. I almost feel like that wasn't rehearsed because the way
Jacob react
was just, what the fuck?
He was like, what'd you say? Yeah. I take Jacob in that fight, by the way, if it's legit.
I don't know. Jay's wiry. Yeah, Jacob would kill
him. Come on, bro. This man was in jail. He's got a criminal record, bro.
I think the only person that honestly could take on Jacob right now is Zilla.
Wouldn't put it past Randy Orton to whoop somebody's ass.
Well, yeah.
If you're talking about in the bloodline, sphere,
I think Zilla's probably the most.
Yeah,
that dude crazy. You want to talk about fucking crazy motherfucker? That dude got himself beat up a white dude that dressed up.
Wasn't him? That wasn't him.
It wasn't Zilla. Who was it? It was another fat too, wasn't it?
It was Alpha Junior or something like that.
Yeah, so it was a fat too.
Yeah, it was bloodline related, but it wasn't Zilla. Zilla was just on. He doesn't win GCW anymore, but he was just on Hog House of Glory. He just appeared and had a match on House of Glory.
All right, cool. So, anyways, okay, then Alpha, that motherfucker crazy.
Yeah, whatever. It was, yeah. Number 1 contenders match for the WWE Tag Titles. This is a triple threat. DIY taking on Pretty Deadly versus the Street Profits. DIY is going to pick up the win here after a very interesting and really cool way to do a double finish. So Montez Ford pinned Elton Prince. Johnny Gargano pinned Kit Wilson. The legal man was Kit Wilson. Jessica Carr did her job perfectly and DIY picks up the win.
Jessica Carr might be the best referee in wrestling.
Yeah, she did her
for
job.
Once they did something proper. It was weird.
So DIY, what'd you think?
Non-stop action. Great fucking match. Nothing you were gonna expect this from all three of these teams. Even Pretty Deadly's a good fucking tag team. I mean, they don't get the love because they're just a comedy act in the main roster. But over in the UK, they were a big deal. Nonetheless, cool finish. I can't remember in recent history a finishing happening of that exact same order. I'm sure it's definitely happened before.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But yeah, I was just like, wait, what are they going to do here? But then I never even crossed my mind. It's like, oh shit, only one of those guys is actually legal because it was both members of Pretty Deadly getting pinned. So it made perfect sense. It was a brilliant finish, actually.
Roman Reigns, Jimmy
Uso. And in the process, the Street Profits don't look weak in the loss.
Yeah, true. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso show up to the arena in a SUV. Jimmy's excited. He's like, that song is fire. Why can't I heard that yet? And Roman's like, because it ain't out yet. They bump into Jay, who seemed okay with Jimmy, kind of, but he was not too happy. He gave Roman the cold shoulder. Roman said he was proud of him. And Jay responded, man, no yeet, and then walked away. So nothing there. And Roman walks away. He says, we do it my way now.
And why they're doing this good? Because why would Jay instantly go back to Roman after all the shit that happened? Why would he?
Exactly. Nia Jax was seen talking in Nick Aldis' office.
We're gonna have to have like a figurative death in the family to bring these two back together. Not like an actual death, but you know what I mean? Like something really crazy can happen to make Jay go, shit, they need me.
Nia was seen talking to Nick Aldis. Tiffany Stratton was unable to attend due to illness, according to Jax. Jax attempted to claim that her tag bout against Bayley and Naomi had to be called off due to this. Aldis said the bout was not canceled because Nia needed to find somebody else. Candice LeRae entered the room alongside Indy Hartwell, and LeRae offered her services. Aldis scheduled the tag bout. Candice LeRae and Nia Jax versus Bayley and Naomi.
Why was Nia Jax so good for once in this segment? She
did really well. It was funny. It was comedic. What was it she said? Something. Man, I'm spacing, but it made me laugh.
Oh, I could beat you in less than 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, but then Nia said something. Aldis said something, and Nia was like, "It's like my perfume." I don't know what it was. It was funny though.
Oh, what's that smell?
Yeah, it's like it's perfume, my perfume or some shit. I don't know. It was good.
It was good. Nia was awesome. Candice LeRae was hilarious. Indy and Candice is like, I'm confused right now. Is Candice not a heel anymore? Like she was just like the little girl here. Hi.
Yeah,
I'm confused. But
yeah, we'll see.
It was good.
We
that
mentioned
whole segment was fun. Nick Aldis, so good.
We mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the call-up of Metaphor. Lash Legend defeated Piper Niven in a quick match here on SmackDown. What'd you think of that? Lash getting a win. Yeah. Good stuff. Cool. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was just looking at something. Was it only 3 minutes long? It felt shorter than that. And also Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green continues to be great.
We can talk about it every week. She does her job perfectly.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Roman Reigns was backstage with Jimmy Uso and says he will acknowledge Solo Sikoa tonight. Interesting. Cody Rhodes comes out, cuts a promo about wrestling Gunther at Crown Jewel, compared it to having Goldberg, if we would have had Goldberg versus Stone Cold back in the 90s. He said he wants that John Cena schedule. He would love to invite Gunther into the ring with him, and he does. He invites Gunther to SmackDown next week. Listen, the match I'm ready for, but I saw something on Twitter and I agreed with it.
This is why you don't have title versus title matches. I'm sorry.
This Crown Jewel pay-per-view, I think, is the build-up has been my least favorite because I just don't really care about Crown Jewel, if I'm being honest. Because it's
a throwaway pay-per-view.
It's 100%. A throwaway, and I really don't care about it. But this does make the pay-per-view interesting, these next 2 points here. Kevin Owens cuts a promo about feeling slighted. RK went through the whole
went over it.
Promo. The WWE's treatment of himself and the treatment of Cody. Blah, blah. Randy introduced Nick Aldis' office and says he wants a match with Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel. Aldis says he can't make the matches due to a higher power, insinuating Triple H. So if we do get Kevin Owens, Randy Orton at Crown Jewel, that helps. That helps my opinion of the card. That'll be a good match to watch. But we'll see. Up next was the next number one contenders WWE Tag Team Titles Triple Threat match. A-Town Down Under, Los Garças, and the debuting Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City Machine Guns are going to pick up the win here. We went over the no pop and all that and how I felt about it. RK, this entire match was just attempting is not the way to put it. RK was pissing me off the entire match. So I'm going to ask your genuine opinion. What did you think of the match?
They came as advertised. They put on a good match. There was a couple spots missed. I mean, they just got in. I'm sure, prep time and everything. You have weeks to prep for a match. It's going to be perfect. If you have a short period of time to prep for a match, it's not going to be perfect. But you know what? Fuck it. Camera angles make a difference. The camera crew fucked up as just as much as the wrestlers on that. So, nonetheless, two spots kind of stood out to me. But other than that, if they came as advertised, they were entertaining. They're fast moving. They are a tag team. They're specialized in tag team wrestling. They showed it with some cool combination moves. I think we're in here for a surprise upset of the Judgment Day tag titles at Crown Jewel. I think most Motor City Machine Guns go away with it. Yep.
They won't. They can't. They're on SmackDown, brother. They're going after the Bloodline.
No, they'll go after the one on Raw.
That's not how that works.
It is 100%.
I wish. To be fair, I wish.
Sorry, they're taking off the Bloodline. Who gives a fuck?
I think, but to what you were saying, you might be right. They might
fucking put it on a team that's an actual tag team and make
the tag team division do their thing.
Yeah,
because the Bloodline are just doing the Bloodline thing. Get it off of them.
See, here's my point: is the tag team titles don't mean shit right now because they never get defended by anybody. It could be the Raw ones or the SmackDown ones. They're on two teams that don't fucking do anything with them.
Yep. Because it's stupid. Anyway, Byron Saxton is interviewing Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. It is announced. Oh, okay, so maybe it was announced for the SmackDown. Sorry, we have to be correct. I guess according to Fightful, it was announced that the match 7 was going to happen on this SmackDown. It didn't. It'll happen next week. They brawl. They get separated. Carmelo versus Andrade. I
remember it being announced.
Me either. Carmelo versus Andrade will happen next week, though.
That's like
best of 7.
Fightful not editing their shit.
The main event though was Nia Jax and
Candice LeRae. Unlike them, I'm gonna admit I said the wrong fucking tag titles, and I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, actually, no, they are meant to be on those, but it got flipped to the other. Yeah. Fuck you. I fucked up. Who cares? Fuck you, Kurt. Fuck.
Nia Jax and Candice LeRae are the main event. Bayley.
Hello, Bayley. What's up?
Taking on Bayley and Naomi. Candice LeRae and Nia Jax pick up the win over Bayley and Naomi. Candice LeRae pins, I think, Naomi for the win. What did you think of this match? Very interesting result.
Yeah, no, I was not overly surprised. The ending was kind of cool, and Nia looked very upset about it, actually. Short matches, WWE's got to stop doing this. It's starting to drive me a little insane, but short matches with the commercial in between them is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Agreed. Nick Aldis announces, before we get to the closing of the show here, that LA Knight will be the guest referee for Andrade and Carmelo Hayes next week. I don't like that.
Why not?
I don't like it.
You got to call right down with it. He hates both of them equally.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how that goes. It's still going to be a banger match. I'm not saying it won't be, but we'll see.
It's been a long time, actually, since we've had a special guest referee match where they're just there as a referee. I want to see one once in a while where the guy is a special guest referee and he does nothing. He just acts like a normal referee. He does everything properly. Nothing ever happens.
I fire up WWE 2K and I do it. I'm the special guest referee, but I call it right down the middle. I've done it a couple times. It's boring. You got to spice it up a little bit. We close things on SmackDown with Roman Reigns coming out and saying,
you got to be like, check the shoulders. 1, check the shoulders. 2, check the shoulders. Lift the shoulder. Oh, sorry, we're in AEW referee school here. We lift and put your shoulders down.
Push the referee. Roman comes out.
Bully Ray ripped them apart for that.
Same person.
Huh?
It's the same person.
No, it's not.
I know who you're
Bully
talking
wishes he was Bubba. But anyway, Bully Way ripped
Bully
AEW apart
Way.
for that. Bully Way. Bully
Uh,
Way.
yeah,
Bully
he did.
Way.
He did. He tore him apart. It was
He
funny.
basically said, like, come on, if you can't have that happening, if that happens, any wrestler worth their salt can put together another 30 to 60 seconds of a match and get to the finish again. You don't get the referee putting their shoulder down to get a 3. Are you fucking kidding me? And he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Roman Reigns comes out and says that South Carolina should ask South Carolina to acknowledge him essentially for the last time. Solo comes out for Roman's supposed acknowledgement, just like Jay earlier. Roman tries to appeal to the family man in Solo. Roman says that the family is more divided, that he wants an abundance of money and accolades for the family. He asks what he'd have to do to get everyone on the same page. Solo laughs and asks for his acknowledgement. Roman won't. Still not good enough. Solo wants to be acknowledged as Roman's tribal chief. Roman snaps, saying, "Or else what?" This leads to Solo laughing and bringing out his bloodline, who's shown dragging an injured Jimmy Uso. Leave him on the ramp. Go to attack Roman. Roman tries his best, grabs the Ulafala, but still gets beat down by the numbers. Me and RK both were wondering, okay, Uso, Jay's coming out. We're slow building this shit, people. Roman is left lying in the middle of the ring for another week as the show draws to a close. It's called long-term storytelling.
It's smart. You gotta something serious bad has to happen for Jay to put down his beef with Roman.
Yeah,
because that beef, like that shit cut deep.
Yeah. So that closes SmackDown, but I guess I'll ask. People have been speculating on the internet if on Monday Night Raw Jimmy comes out and he helps Jay against Braun Breaker by chance. You think that happens?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Well, coming to a close here, it's
okay,
always
quick. Okay, cool.
I just know I agree. No, it's sometimes it's very simple. No, yeah, agreed. All right, move
on. Usually we have something.
I got nothing on that one. Time to do our picks for, of course, the show and the wrestler of the week. We'll start with wrestler this week. Who's your wrestler of the week?
I gotta give it to Jay. I do.
Just from a promo perspective?
Just from his just the build of the story. I just think Jay killed it this week. If we're talking from a wrestling perform, nobody really magically was put on a 5-star match or anything.
We're talking
about wrestler of the week.
Yeah.
Raw, SmackDown, he was on both. He's staying to his guns right now. Yeah. I like it. Jey Uso, man.
That's a good pick. Judge me for this one. Motor City Machine Guns, they're on WWE television. I just think it's really cool. The fact that they've done and traveled the roads, and at their point in their career, the fact that they got to deal with WWE, it's pretty cool to see them on WWE television. But you're right. Really, no wrestlers went crazy this week. There was no crazy standouts from an in-ring perspective. They all did their job, and they did it well, so nobody stood out above others. Riley Osborne, maybe. He looked pretty good in his defeat.
Yeah, he did. Riley, kid's got something, man.
And
the future's bright. The future is bright for WWE. It truly is.
The show of the week.
NXT.
Yep. It seems to be a recurring
almost
thing.
A weekly thing. Like Kurt is pretty steadfast on the NXT every week. I'll throw in a SmackDown or Raw here and there, but NXT pretty much kills it every week, man.
Yep. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us for this 3-hour long episode. We had some fun. Debuted a off-the-cuff segment, which I hope you enjoyed, with RK rating some 5-star matches.
Any of those matches we talked about, go watch them if you haven't seen them. They're all bangers. They truly are.
Stay tuned to the channel. My off-season is beginning from the racetrack, so more content coming to the YouTube channel. Appreciate every single one of you for subscribing and watching. If you don't subscribe, do. If you're watching the video, just hit the little button, subscribe. It means a lot to us.
And remember,
go ahead.
100 subs.
We get 100 subs. I will sign that picture and I will send it to whoever. We'll figure out a way to do it. I'll do it. With that being said, I'm Kurt. That is RK. We're going to head out of here and enjoy the outro video created by the one and only RK from this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next